We stumbled upon this tower last time, at the end of the stream last time, and I've taken it upon myself. If I see a dungeon, and I'm not bleeding out from at least 69 orifices, in real life that is, then I should drop everything and explore this cool place. Now I see a bloody altar and a ghost, and I think the ghost just went invisible. I see a skeletons, which is that's a lot of words to basically say we're in for a party. I think this is a... Is that a dread ghost? No, I think that was just an ancient ghost. That skeleton is just... He's just vibing. It might be a skeletal hero. Just the best kind. Hey baby, lose the skeletal hero and get with the skeletal zero. There's a empowering shrine to our left, which is pretty cool. Where did you go? Is he like stuck in the wall? Oh wait. He's right there. This is very silly. That would have been very dashing if that would have been the killing blow. Ouch. Now, eventually I'm gonna successfully pull off the maneuver that lets us disarm a bad guy. I think it's if you hold back and swing, you have a chance of disarming. And I've never pulled it off successfully, but I think it's probably a % chance. Probably based on our strength and our blade skill and this and that, but I like to think that it's possible, and it would probably be quite dashing if we could pull it off. What do we have here? Draw power from the well, and we get fortify either magicka or health. Not 100% sure. Look at this random patch of very green grass. A field of yellows and browns. We just got this one little green patch. So it looked like there was also a person though, wandering around, perhaps a spellcaster. Maybe like a conjurer or a necromancer or something, but there was definitely a dude. My dude senses were definitely tingling. I would like to tingle his dingle. There he is. Oh, he's a high elf, which means he's gonna go down to 1 hit. Okay, I was fine. I don't miss. Okay, 2 hits. Still. Yeah, high elves are the epitome of the glass cannon. And they're necromancers. Leech vitality. I'll give it a quick perusal right meow. That's actually quite good. It's over magicka and health on touch. That's really good. And it is restoration as opposed to destruction. And that's an interesting point to consider. I never consider using absorb spells offensively as like a damage dealing device, but this would work in that sense, especially against a spellcaster, because this is what the will o' the wisp hits us with. They suck us real good. They suck our health and our magicka. So we'd be able to do this to other victims. I don't know if it would work on monsters, and it probably wouldn't work on undead, but NPCs for sure. And if you were a spellcaster that for some reason didn't take destruction, this would be a nice damage dealing option that was restoration. Well, and it's technically correct. You're restoring yourself at the expense of those around you. He was too high. That's right, Nell. He was too high. Like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or I can't remember the lyrics, but high above him, he's high above me, she's so lovely. I can't remember the other ones, but you know what I mean. You probably know where I'm going with this. Also, I see like platforms, and this seems like it might be jumpable. Oh, I thought it was blood. This is not blood. It's... Imagine my disappointment. Hoping that it was bloody. It's just cloth. There's nothing even in the altar. Disappointed. That's okay. So here's the main entrance, obviously. Lenkel. Lenkel. I was watching Jabroni Mike the other day, and he was... I can't remember what game he was playing, but he out loud said the word compass, and then he kept saying it. He kept saying like compass, 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 and then it kept getting weirder, and people were like Mike, stop it! You're ruining this word for me. This is a perfectly innocent word, and you're going out of your way to make it weird. Because sometimes the more you say a word, the more it like loses its meaning. There's like a word for this, but like the more it starts to feel and sound like nonsense. But this is the opposite situation where it started to sound like something very different. Yeah, I wonder if I can get up there. I'm not sure if I can get onto this. I could probably jump from here to here. I could probably jump from there to there. Yeah. And here's the thing too. Like I could maybe get up here. This is fucking parkour 101. Hey, what's up, Kapikza? Getting stuck in walls in Balmora. That is the Morrowind experience, isn't it? Jumping in Morrowind and sometimes getting stuck. Of course, you have levitate, and you also have console commands if you really get stuck. But yeah, there's levitate. There's things to help. Semantic satiation. That's right. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a word, or it feels like gobbledygook. Yeah. My thought is that there's a platform right up here, and I want to get to it, but I don't know if it is possible. I mean, we've got really good jumping, really good acrobatics, but it can only take us so far. Yeah. I'm like mashing the spacebar and it's got nothing. I mean, there's a good chance there's nothing up here, but what if there is something up there? What if there is something cool, and I will only be part of the cool kids club if I can find a way to squiggle my way up there. Man, what a tease. Here, I'm gonna attack from one more angle. The problem too is that like there's a lot of sections where it looks like I'm on something, but I'm mashing the spacebar. Like right up here, for instance. Like, you know, it looks like we're walking on the surface here, but as I'm pressing the spacebar, we can't actually jump off of it, so it's the tease. Alright, yeah. Alright, I'm done hacking with it. Let's just jump into the dungeon. As soon as I remember where the entrance is, it's over here. Kapiksa, what kind of character did you make in Morrowind, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? Morrowind is one of my favorite games, and I love talking shop. It's one of my favorite things. Can jump on a crate without high acrobatics. In this game or in Morrowind, because in this game, yeah, in this game it would be doable jumping on a small crate or like a box or something like that. It's obviously a lot easier with nice acrobatics, but you could probably find a way without a super high score. Bloop. Bosmer marksman in Morrowind. Nice.
Guess it was nothing.
I think when I did my casual streaming playthrough of Morrowind several years ago, which is to say 4.5 years ago, almost 5 years ago actually, on stream, yeah, that was the character I made. I made a Bosmer marksman because I wanted to do something different. Because I tend to either do like full magic, like this character is mostly magic. I tend to either do like mostly magic, or I tend to do mostly melee. I very rarely in games like this do like marksman kinds of characters, thieving and that kind of thing. So I made a Bosmer marksman. I really liked it. It was a fun playthrough. Although it was a Morrowind playthrough, which means it would have been physically impossible for me to have not enjoyed myself. Like, you couldn't have forced me to have a frown on my face. It would have been undoable. Hall of Knights. So, we got necromancers, by the way. We saw there was a necromancer guarding out front. There was one at the gate. So, necromancers afoot. And so far, they've mostly been high elves. Oh, that's the wrong spell. Let me just aggressively heal myself in her direction. I got silenced mid-cast. Are you heckin' kidding me? Look at that guy spinning around. Here, I'll wait for it to wear off. Really, her casting silence on me just means I can't cast anything to suck out my magicka. So I'm just like charging my magicka, which means when it wears off, I'm gonna be able to blast her ass. And that's what we did. Her ass got blasted. Because when I have magicka, I tend to throw it around willy-nilly recklessly. So what she should have done was either drain my magicka or not affected it at all. Let me miss 1,000 times like I was doing. So she hecked herself, man. Hey, what's up, Black Magics? Sub-only chat, really? It was sub-only chat at the very, very start. Because the bot that I use locks the chat down when I go offline. So it should be good. Well, actually, yeah, the fact that, yeah, Capixa and Black Magics and Nell and Woo, yeah, I think we're in good shape. But yeah, I know at the top it might still, there might be like an outdated message that says that it is in some kind of restricted mode. Hopefully that's just like an outdated message thing, but it'll go away on its own. It's good to see you, by the way, Mr. Black Magics. Ooh, that person instantly saw me. Once again, I'm gonna aggressively heal myself in their direction. Aha! Damn it, I miss every time. That's okay, it only takes one shot with a spell. Kills his ass each time. Pretty good. And they hit me with something. Now, just as long as they're not damaging me with attributes, they're not. Hey, what's up, Dave? Thank you, Dave. Dave says, I'm gonna flex these motherfuckers. Good stuff. Mod abuse, oh my gosh. Dave, you could have done or said anything because you're a moderator, so like mods don't abide by these types of limitations. He could have said anything at all. What did he choose to say? T-posing Dark Souls character, that's what he said. Which is a very profound message. Emoji only chat. Alright, I'm gonna institute a new chat rule. You can only communicate exclusively in eggplant emojis and peach emojis. It's gonna be like a new Morse code. So communicating exclusively in those two emojis and then the spaces between them. So Morse G code. How's about that? He's gone drunk with power, as you should. I would have it no other way, Dave. Good to see you, bud. What kind of games have folks been playing tonight? Or not even specifically tonight, but just recently. So I saw a tweet a few hours ago where there's a bunch of games that have come out recently. Of course, today, Cult of the Lamb came out, which looks really cool. It's a game that I've definitely got my eyes on. But there's also a Hard West 2. I didn't know there was going to be a Hard West 2, but Hard West 2 I think recently came out. I think Axiom Verge 2 also is either about to come out or just recently came out. I still need to play the first one, by the way. But there's a lot of cool shit that only recently has just emerged. And it makes me happy. Look at that, the one non-high elf. Oh my god, she's a jumpy lady. That was weird. It looked like it forced me to stand still when I drew my blade.
Show me what you've got.
Show me what you've got. Ouch. Yeah, she was definitely not a high elf. What were you? What manner of beast were you? Ah, whatever. Dead. That's what she is. There's something satisfying about fighting necromancers, because it's kind of nice that the undead that I'm seeing, unless they're out in the wild, but 9 times out of 10, the undead that I see are tied to the necromancer that summoned them. So if I see a zombie, I know it's only temporary. It's not like, oh, I have to deal with this. It's like, if I deal with the source, then it'll all resolve itself. Final Fantasy 14, nice, man. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. Because, yeah, I remember a little while ago, you were saying that you had knocked out like a certain percentage or like a certain part of the story of like the single player content. But that was probably a few months ago, and I think they've probably done like a pretty major expansion or update since. 'Cause yeah, the Final Fantasy XIV sounds like they're frequently adding like big updates and expansions, and it's cool as fuck. That is a spike trap, by the way. Temple of War. Fire and War. So we have two options. Temple of War and Hall of Knights. Guess we'll go this way. They'll probably, I'm guessing we'll loop around eventually. Could be wrong. Boop. Doing a jumping challenge. Oh man. Oh, that's awesome. Is it like a jumping challenge, like parkour or like a platforming puzzle sequence kind of thing? Because, you know, some MMOs platforming. Oh god, she just healed. What a cheater. How dare she use healing spells to heal herself like I do all the time. I want to get my magicka back. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna slap the face right off of her. Blue. I was waiting for my magicka to get back, but it was happening too slow. Looks like she's just kind of chilling. Like she just slid down the banister like, hey, but then fell asleep. That's all it is. She's just napping. I promise. But yeah, some MMOs are very good at being MMOs, but are very not good at being like platforming games. So when they have those kinds of jumping sequences or parkour puzzles, what have you, it can be excruciating because it's like, oh god, the jumping physics are not very friendly to the player. So hopefully in Final Fantasy XIV it's not too bad. It's kind of cool. You can see the summoning dome. That feels like the kind of thing I don't think I'm supposed to be able to see as a player. He heals once again like a filthy cheater, using spells that he's able to cast legally. How dare he? But it said my weapon had been damaged, which would be very rude. Maybe, but if so, not very much. Unless it was armor. Maybe he hit my pants or my helmet. He could have hit my helmet. Actually, for that matter, when this reaches 0, I could just switch to this one because it's a carbon copy. It's optional and there's no reward. Oh, I thought there'd be like at least a cosmetic reward, or like maybe a reward that has no function but looks cool, or has a even better, gives you a title that you could display for others to see, other players to see, or even better yet, a title that you could equip but you won't actually equip yourself because there's another title you would rather have on display. Because I've been known to do that in games like that, where I would be like, okay, I want the achievement, or I want the title unlock, but I'm not actually gonna like equip what it gives me. I just want it for the self-satisfaction. And I'm a big fan of satisfying myself. Frequently. I think they went invisible. Oh, no, they just died. I looked away when the spell connected. I think they're just dead. Yeah, he is dead. Dead as a doornail. Yes, the glory of achievements. Achievements in games like this. She aggressively healed at me. Yeah. Well, the good news is that she was injured, so she had reason to heal. It's just such a power move to stare at somebody while I'm at full health and just waste magic healing myself when I'm already full. It's mind games, really. Oh, you're asking what my character's name is. My dude's name is, well, you'll never guess. You'll never guess how we determine this guy's name. Because I always tell people that the goal is to make his head as purple, round, and sad as possible. So given his purpleness and sadness, the name Sadge Maroon just seemed very natural. It felt like it was meant to be. So, and I didn't come up with that. I think it was either Alina or someone else. Somebody else recommended it, but it was a very good one. And the legend of Sadge Maroon was born. Hey, what's up, White Frog? Hey, that's nice, man. That's nice. I appreciate you coming back, White Frog. It's good to see you. Yeah, Grovana, I haven't... Let me think about this. When was the last time I got to watch him? I think I last watched him last week when he was doing... I think it was either Assassin's Creed or... What else was he playing? I can't quite remember. But yeah, Grovana's a good dude. I try to pop in fairly frequently. And he... Like, I raid him whenever I can. The tricky thing is that he's a much more responsible lad than I am. I tend to go much later. Excuse me? Apparently somebody saw me. I tend to go much later than he does. He's much more responsible than I am, so he ends his streams at, you know, normal person hours, and I tend to go well into the degen hours like a nerd. He's a good guy, though. Oh, he's been doing Terraria, that's right. Yeah, he's been doing Terraria. Yeah, that was the last time I watched, was in the midst of the Terraria stuff. Look at this. Look at this goober running away. She's almost faster than me. Can you outrun my fireball? Yes, she can. Oh my god, it's just a... It's a freaking Scooby-Doo chase sequence. Oh. Oh. I want to, like, bring them back around. There we go. Yeah, because I knew that would wear off. Oh, I need more juice. Give me the juice. Alright, I'm getting impatient. I'm gonna drink a potion. I was waiting for my magic to get back so I can throw more fireballs at them. It's not really a fireball, it's more of a fire bolts. Oh, freaking dude body blocked my shot. Like a basketball shot blocking, just bam, smacking it out of my hands. This is my house. Did I just hear them scream bloody murder? Ah, yeah! Okay, that guy got fucking pulped. Actually, I guess in some ways I should be using my sword more often. Because our destruction skill is maxed out. So we don't have any experience to gain by using our destruction skill. It's fun to use. But it is... We have the least to gain by using it. Whereas our sword, our blade skill is fairly low. I think it's like 50 something. Yeah, the Terraria play. Yeah, that's the one though. That's right, White Frog. Yeah, Terraria is such a good one. I was actually just talking with some streamer buddies the other night because we did some Terraria streams with some friends. We played with George and Persephone and Pine Elliott and like a whole bunch of cool cats. Sick Kitty, like a bunch of streamer friends last year, which was a lot of fun. We did like 2 Terraria streams, something like 18 hours over the course of 2 days. It was like one Saturday and then a Saturday a week later. So it was like 18 hours of Terraria over 2 days, and they were so fun. And we haven't played it since. And because Terraria is one of those games that does that to you, man. It's one of those games where if you're not careful, you will look at the clock and you'll go, now wait a second, why is it 4 hours? Why is it 4 a.m.? And why is it Tuesday? And why is my boss calling me? And why do I have all these concerned missed messages from family members asking where I've been for the past few weeks? Hey, what's up, Valkyr? Work nights anyway? Yeah, I feel like if left to my own devices, I would slowly start to turn into a, like, nocturnal hours. So I've always definitely been a night owl, and that has only progressed with age and with freedoms given to me, afforded to me by working from home. First time playing Terraria. Yeah, it's a good game. I've played it a lot, although I haven't played it in a few years, and I think I'm at least 1 or 2 big updates behind. So there is content I have not seen yet. Look at this web tapestry, by the way. You can kind of see the rectangle of the shadow, or not really the shadow, just of the like a texture that's kind of transparent. So We found that we can jump over this way. But I don't really know if there's any reason to. So let's... We found that we can make that jump though, which is nice. Continue down this path and see if there's anything else. Late night entertainment. I appreciate you, 8-Bit Llama. That's very sweet, buddy. 8-Bit Llama's a homie who actually is very experienced with this game. Which is very good because I have much to learn. What's up, JD? Mr. Jet Dive? Hold the Lamb? Yeah. I was just saying earlier how that's a game that I'm very interested in. So much so I actually considered streaming that tonight instead of this game. But for a few reasons I chose to hold off. One of which being that it is actually hold on, I'm gonna check that door that is closed. One of which is that the Twitch integration feature for the game looks incredible. Although I have heard some whisperings that there were some issues with it like 1 or 2 days ago when people were playing it who had like early access to it. Like the really popular streamers that got the pre-release keys. And then so like that was a problem like a day or 2 ago, and apparently some of that has persisted just because so many people have been playing it. It's been flooding their servers and whatnot, whatever service they have set up to propagate or to proctor the Twitch integration stuffs. Got a legit fireball spell, which is nice, or scroll at least. But yeah, I know that was something that was coming up. And the other thing too, which is not really something that like I use to determine as the end all be all limiting factor of what I stream, but there's a lot of people streaming it tonight. Like it was in the top 5 of the streaming directory, the Twitch directory. It's like there's the obvious ones. There's League of Legends. There's Fortnite, PUBG, CS:GO, and Cult of the Lamb was like in the top 5 or 6 spot. So a lot of people are streaming it tonight. So like, you know, if I wanted to bring in new people, it'd be an uphill battle just because, you know, I'm small time. It'd be hard to find new folks. Because to me that's one of the joys of streaming indie games is the idea of like, you know, that kind of tight knit feel. But when a game is if it's a fight you want, never mind, I will die instantly. But yeah, with some of these indie games, at least for me, one of the big draws is that feel of like a tight-knit community. Where like you're getting some new folks who are passionate about the game. Whereas if it just came out and everyone's hype about it, it's like I feel like I'd probably rather wait a little bit. It's a fight you want. Too bad, because I'm gonna die the second you even look at me. Because I'm a high elf and I'm very weak to everything. All kinds of magic. Got hugged to death, right. And that's perfectly understandable because the game has been super popular and deservingly so. So I would say it's perfectly understandable. There's some bugs. Interesting, yeah. Might be best to hold out for a bit. I figure I'll probably wait for a week, maybe a couple days. I don't know. I definitely want to get around to it though. In fact, I'll go and use these just because I might as well. I don't have a lot that I can repair. Actually, that's not true. I can repair this. They both busted instantly. Nice. Busted makes me feel good. Yeah, the game looks incredible. I was actually watching one of my favorite streamers, because Noita is one of my favorite games to play and stream, and some of my favorite streamers are Noita streamers. And I've been watching a lot of Dunker Slam, and he was talking about that, how like that kind of notion of indie games bringing like really cool folks together, and having that kind of tight-knit feel, and how fun that can be. I think I need to keep this for a quest, so I'll hang on to that. I'm looking for other things I can drop. I don't think we need this. Yeah, we've already read that. Let's drop that one. Oop. But he was talking about that, like how that can like be a big draw from a streaming perspective, but also for viewers. You know, if somebody's playing like a AAA game, like what I am playing right now, this is a AAA game. Versus like an indie game. Like in the indie game, of course, it's a small development team. It's more kind of a punk rock, kind of less polished, but that's That's kind of the point. The point is to make it more homey feeling, less refined. That's kind of the draw of it. And in Dunk's case, he was one of the first streamers to really fall into the Noita streaming community. He's kind of one of the premier streamers that plays that game. And he started when the game first hit early access, and at the time I think he said he was like a Pokemon streamer. Like he was playing Pokemon Red and Blue, like Nuzlocke challenges, and tried Noita on a whim and loved it. And like the community kind of flocked to him as a result of him kind of early adopting that. So he was saying how, like, you know, if your timing is right, sometimes you can kind of get on the ground floor of a very cool game. And I think a lot of people recognize Cult of the Lamb has that possibility of being a ground floor communal kind of game. The Twitch integration, the fact that the game has a lot of hype, so it'll probably have a lot of support behind it. There's a lot of potential there, which is really exciting. And from a streamer's perspective, it's like, yo, I want a piece of that pie. I want to be in that ground floor. But at the same time, I don't want to like burn myself out, start too early, and get bogged down by bugs, and be ground down by getting buried in the directory. So that it's a tricky balance to maintain. What's up, Nosy Hobbit? From one Hobbit to another. It's good to see you, friend. From one Hobbit to another, I'm a fan. Looking for things to drop because our inventory is quite high. Oh, these things. I should just make some potions, actually. That's a good way to clear up some space. But I was thinking about that not too long ago, because another streamer that I was watching was talking about how when what was it? Project Zomboid out of nowhere started popping off on Twitch like earlier this year. Because the game had been available for a long time, had been in early access for a long time. I guess it's still technically in early access. Paralyze, resisting. Actually, Paralyze might be dope. Let's see if this is Paralyze. Because that'd be a good poison. If I have it, and I don't know if I do. I guess I don't. We'll just go for this one, the Cure Disease. Sure, that's fine enough. But yeah. Project Zomboid was popping off on Twitch because I think it either had a major update or it exited early access. I can't remember which one, but for one reason or another, it started popping off kind of out of nowhere. And there were streamers that were streaming Project Zomboid like around the time when it started blowing up on Twitch. And a lot of the streamers kind of grew with the game as it was kind of elevating up the directories because they were already like entrenched with the communities. So yeah, sometimes it's either luck or just good timing, or if you're integrated in the game, you know when the big update is happening. Sometimes those games can like grow your channel. You can kind of grow with the game as it has those kinds of nice things happening to it. So I don't know. I thought it was. Oh, I should have been using reflect damage. That could have been good actually. Let's see if we have a reflect damage. But it was an interesting perspective that I hadn't really considered before. The idea of if you time it right and if you have good kind of foresight into a game's longevity and the things that could draw people to it, then yeah, like when a game does well on the stream on Twitch, then streamers of various shapes and sizes will also do well with it. So it was a cool perspective. I'm looking for radishes, or I'm looking at radish, by the way, because I want to see if we can make a chameleon potion, because chameleon is a very helpful effect. And I have a feeling I will need more of it since we recently joined the Thieves Guild, which is very exciting. Chameleon, we might not have it. Nah, looks like we don't have it. I'll make a burden poison instead. That sounds good. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Valkyrie knows. Yeah, Valkyrie, you might have been in that stream last night, actually. Dedicating yourself. Well, that's a good point too, Black Magic, because yeah, a lot of people will tell you, and I don't know if I would disagree necessarily. A lot of people will tell you that like a good way to build your channel is by like kind of aligning yourself with a game and sticking to it, as opposed to bouncing around like I do, like Black Magic does. A lot of us, we're variety people. We tend to bounce around a lot, for better or for worse, because we variety is the spice of life. But the downside of that approach is that yeah, it can be harder to establish oneself. But there are people that are able to do it. Some of the most successful streamers that I follow have been doing the variety thing for years and years, and maybe they got in on it early, but still they were able to establish themselves early on as variety people, and it's worked out for them. So like there are ways to make it work, but yeah, in some ways can feel like hard mode. But yeah, there's a lot that has been... Ooh, look at that. A lot has been said and a lot to be said about streaming on Twitch and growing channels and whatnot. There's a lot of attempts to narrow it down to a science. And of course, there's a lot of variables and it's hard to get it all straight, obviously. Favorite games, ebbs and flows. Exactly, knows, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I love this game. I'm enjoying it. But I was just saying earlier, I was considering putting this game on hold so I could stream Cult of the Lamb because it looks incredible. I've mentioned before that Gracie has, she's had kind of a roommate of sorts stay with her for the past couple weeks. It's a friend of her from Ukraine who, for obvious reasons, is you know, staying in the United States for a bit. And I, of course, Gracie's my fiance, so I spend a lot of time over there. And the three of us watch movies. You know, we talk about a lot of stuff. And one thing that's come up a couple times is since this friend of Gracie's from Ukraine, Ukraine is where Chernobyl is, the remnants of Chernobyl, and we've been watching the HBO series, the kind of the miniseries called Chernobyl, which has been really fascinating. And I was, after one of the episodes, I was like, yo, that scene reminded me of, and I warned her ahead of time, like, this is gonna sound silly, but that reminded me of a game I played called Stalker Shadow Chernobyl. And she was like, oh yeah, I've heard about that game. We started talking about it, and the conversation made me think, man, I gotta go back and play the other games in that series. Because I never played Clear Sky, I never played Call of Pripyat. So, there's, like, now I want to get back into those games. And I want to do Morrowind Randomizer. I want to get back into RimWorld. Like, there's all these things that I want to do. So it's so hard to focus. You know, it's so hard to just stick on one thing because there's a world of games to play and stream. As I like to say, it's a good problem to have. Alright, so that guy kicked my ass a little bit. Or the two of them kicked my ass. It was a duo ass-kicking experience. Or a trio, I guess. I guess it was three of them. She was wearing clogs. Clogs. Necromancer's clogs. Haven't gotten a chance to watch Dunk in a while. That's the thing. He of course, talking about somebody who streams in degen hours, man. Yeah, talking about somebody who's, yeah, I think he starts the streams at like midnight, maybe 1 a.m. sometimes, and goes to like 8 a.m. Dude's a machine. I mean, I guess if I could get to true nocturnal hours, I could pull it off, but it's tough to imagine going that hard. Call of Pripyat's a big... I'm sure, yeah. I mean, I've heard all three of them are... I mean, I love Shadow Chernobyl. It's a very good game. And I haven't played the others, and I've heard they're both good. Like, very good. And then, of course, there's also the modding scene for the series as well. In fact, there's the Anomaly mod. There's a mod that turns the game almost into a roguelite of sorts, where it starts you at a random location and the zone is ever expanding. So, like, in a bunch of it's randomized. So, like, that shit's fascinating to me, man. I want to experience more of that. And I think it integrates locales from all three games to, like, brings them all together. Like, that shit's crazy. Just so incredible. There's so much stuff there. You have one game, Valkyr, but you've seen how it does on... Oh, really? Can I ask what game it would be, Valkyr? Chernobyl Liquidator Simulator. Well, there's also Chernobyl, or Stalker 2, which is in development. I don't know if there's any update on, like, the release window necessarily, but it's made some headlines, for better or for worse, over the past year or so. Headless zombie in a barrel. There it is. But Stalker 2 is allegedly gonna happen. I mean, it was being whispered and rumored for a long time. I was getting skeptical it was gonna happen ever, but it is actually in development, and stuff is happening for it, which is exciting. The mod stuff, yeah, exactly, the mods. I mean, I would want to play the vanilla games first, so that I can then lead myself into the mods. So I feel like experiencing the base game is good, or, well, the base game, maybe that's not the right term, but experiencing all three underlying games would be a good baseline for, like, a good baseline that I could use to establish my expectations for the mods and know how to play, like, the game mechanics, that kind of thing. Keep missing my opportunities there, but I get nervous like that. 169, that's almost nice. There we go, we got that, baby. Sunless Sea. Yeah. There's Sunless Sea and Sunless Skies. It's a shame that it doesn't do well on Twitch because I think that game looks incredible. I'll confess I haven't really watched it on Twitch before, but I've watched one of my friends play it. Like I watched him broadcast it on Steam. That is not stream, but on Steam. There's like the broadcast feature. So that was my exposure to the game, and I thought it looked incredible. So I would hope that there would be folks who would enjoy it. But yeah, like how the skeleton was the first thing to emerge. I was hoping he would jump back into my blast. She would jump back into my blast. Unfortunately, the AI is doing a very good job of dodging my shit. Because she knows that one hit will kill her. But it seems like the AI is much smarter about not just standing in place or running forward. Like they kind of dodge to the side smartly. I wish they weren't smart. I wish they were dumb. Actually, no, I don't. It does make it interesting. But in Morrowind, they just charge right at you. It's ridiculous. It is very exploitable. Let's see what that book was. It wasn't that one. It was Major Dispel, which I thought we already had, but I guess we have it now. Sunless Skies doesn't have the soul. And yeah, I feel like Sunless Seas. That was the first one, right? Right. It seems like that would be more fitting for the Lovecraftian vibe because, well, of course, Lovecraft, unknown sea terrors. I would say it makes perfect sense. I'm sure Sunless Skies is a fine game, but yeah, Sunless Sea seems to be more thematically appropriate. This loops back around, I think. Yep. So that completes this little dungeon full of necromancers. We fought that one adept, as well as several of their necromancer brethren. So, cool little dungeon. I liked it. It was good. Fighting necromancers is, like I was saying earlier, it's like a specific level of satisfaction. But you get the joy of fighting undead, or at least dealing with undead, without the full commitment. Fighting NPCs is, I find, at least much more enjoyable in this game. Where are we in Oblivion, Nosy Hobbit? I'm happy to tell you we're on the outskirts of Kvatch. We actually just earlier did a bunch of main quest, some main quest things in the Imperial City. We had previously rescued Martin, brought him back to the Cloud Peak Palace, I think. And we informed one of the dudes in the Imperial City that, like, hey man, we got Martin, but the dude we met with got attacked by one of the cultists. We had to protect him. So now we need to go to the Arcane University and bring our evidence that we found on this cultist to them. But while we're kind of on the subject of doing stuff for the Arcane University, I was like, well, there's this side quest over here to go to these camps and retrieve the dwarven artifacts. I'm gonna grab all these while I'm kind of in this neck of the woods before I head to the Arcane Sanctuary. I've got Diablo in the mind. The Arcane University. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We're grabbing the stuff from the camps to bring to the university. Although while we're out here, I guess I might as well hit up Crowhaven. I've yet to go there. I know there's a side quest for Crowhaven. Although it's awfully close to Anvil, and I wonder if we'll have main quest Anvil activities. Because there's a number of things out here. There's a number of things around here for side quests and whatnot that maybe I shouldn't overdo it. Maybe I shouldn't do it prematurely. Because I suspect the main quest will probably bring us eventually to most main towns. C is the better one for the for the vibes, exactly. Skies is still good, but yeah, but C's absolutely makes sense, Valkyrie, that C's would be the more Lovecraft appropriately themed game, I would say. And the other guy thinks he can challenge me, but we're just gonna one-shot him with our one very good ranged magic spell. Go ahead and save real quick. Whoops. For Linko or Linchal, yes, you're correct, Nosiaba. That's the one. Yeah, that was the one we just wrapped up. It was a necromancer den of evil that we were happy to smite. We drew power from the well. And I believe that's Kvatch, right? Yep, to the south. Yes, we're heading towards these places. two camps to grab some stuff. And then along the way, hitting up some mines and ruins and caves whenever we can find them, such as the one that is northwest from here. Trying to keep an eye on the compass for when these kinds of opportunities arise. Just the shattered mine, and something has seen to me. It's probably not the deer. Lord of the Rings Online? I have not, actually. Is it, this might be an ignorant question to ask, but is it still being, like, maintained? Because I know it's a fairly older MMO. Not, like, super old, but, you know, it's been around for a bit. I don't really know anybody that's ever played it before, so I don't know much about it. Oh, it's a mountain lion, I think. These things are very quick and very scary. Good physics. And the way they just slid down. I guess they were on top of me and they were sliding down slowly. I guess that's what that was. And as always, I'm not going to question where that one gold piece was. I don't want to think about what pocket it was in. Why are you sliding down so slow? I'm a sad mountain lion, man. It's like it's like their physics were tied to something and they were just falling and sliding through molasses. Ridiculous. Welcome to Oblivion, where the physics are made up and the points don't matter. Love it. I would have it no other way. The soundtrack, yeah, it's a good time, bud. It's a good time. 2007, yeah, that makes sense. Still going, that's where the name is from, Nosy Hobbit? Well, you know I'm a fan of Hobbit-related things, so I probably owe it to myself to at least give it the old college try at some point. I'm kind of picky when it comes to MMOs, and that I usually don't really like them. But I'm impressed that it's still going because, yeah, it's 2007 was not, as much as I hate to say it, 2007 was not that recent. You know, it's been a minute. So the fact that it's been going on so long is impressive. I'm glad that they're still maintaining it, though, because I feel like I heard at some point that there's, like, more Lord of the Rings games being worked on. Of course, there's that Amazon series that's also being worked on. I guess there's been a teaser trailer or something, so, like, we know that stuff is happening, but been in development for a long time, or in production for a long time. Oh, very nice, Balama. Did you, like, binge do it on YouTube or something? Because there was a point in time, I don't know so much nowadays, but there was a point in time where there was a metric fuck ton of videos on YouTube, like highlight reels and, like, best of compilations of some of the really fun, goofy moments from the show, like from the early to mid 2000s, like, you know, the relatively older era of the show. And yeah, I also went through a period where I, like, watched a bunch of them in quick succession and kind of got a lot of the greatest hits. It was a fun time to go through because I loved watching the show as a kid. Trying to think, because I had seen a number of older episodes where it was hosted by a British gentleman. At least I think he sounded British. His accent sounded British. But then there was the Drew Carey hosted era of the show, which I also thought was quite good. I always thought, like, his banter with the sets, with the participants was always a fun time with whoever was on set. Like, that was a good time. So it was a simpler era. There's the Gollum game. You're right. There's the Gollum game. I did hear it got delayed by a few months, but, you know, only a few months. Nothing too huge, obviously. So yeah, a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff on the horizon. More so than in a long time. Streaming services, but yeah, on YouTube, yeah. Yeah, I don't know where you would stream Whose Line. I wonder who, like, has ownership of the show from, like, a legal perspective. Because you would think that there's, like, a lot of episodes. Presume that they're archived somewhere. There's a lot of episodes that could probably make a company a lot of money if it was, you know, hosted somewhere. Okay, I'm dropping the extra stuff. Bloop. We killed a bandit and we showered her corpse with meat, mushrooms, and pears. British, yeah, the British gentleman. I don't know his name, but I can picture him in my mind, in my mind's eye. Online has good lore. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean, because that's one of the things that I find I do enjoy about some MMOs, at least, is when they have really involved lore. That was one of the main things I liked about the Secret World so much, was the very, interesting world building and like lore that they built around. And of course, Lord of the Rings has quite a lot to build off of, but still, that's encouraging to me, I would say. Original UK version, yeah. It's very easy, like easygoing. It's fun. It's like, I mean, as you know, I very much enjoy degenerate, fucking dirty ass humor. But for those who would prefer the more wholesome humor, it is, you know, very wholesome and well, mostly. It's mostly wholesome. There are some spicy moments, but it's usually like not too ridiculous. And yeah, always like lighthearted and fun, and just a show you can just put on and vibe to. It's really nice. Clive Anderson, that was the host. I wonder if he's still around, because the episodes I saw were probably, I'm guessing at least 25 years old at this point, maybe close to 30, because they were clearly like older episodes. You could tell by like by the set pieces and by kind of the overall vibe of those episodes that they were from a minute ago. But of course, Drew Carey, obviously there was the Drew Carey show. He, I guess, right now hosts The Price is Right and has done a number of things. So I think that whomsoever gets to host the Whose Line is usually going to be somebody who's like had an established career otherwise. So I'm sure he's, that this Clive gentleman has done plenty of other things in his time as well. Alright, that guy's a dark elf, so slapping him with fireballs ain't gonna do much. That guy is more slappable. He's been slapped. This guy's got a lot of HP. We're narrowly missing, or he's narrowly missing us. Aha! A traitor to your own race. I just said a caper. I mean, I guess I technically did intrude upon his dwelling, but he attacked me. So, I don't know, man. I'm the traitor. You're the one that decided to draw your weapons against me, fellow Dunmer. Also, I could probably drop the Dwarven Mace. Now that we found that there's other artifacts, we probably don't need that. So, drop it like it's hot. The Dunmer, or the Dunmer against Dunmer action. That's right. Person slumped against the wall. Very dramatic. I do appreciate the juxtaposition of mithril with leather. Well, maybe not the best in the game, but some of the best light armor you can get right now, and the worst light armor. Well, I guess fur armor is the worst, so maybe not the worst, but amongst the worst. I should probably heal up. Also, whenever I see these lanterns like this, I'm reminded of that time we accidentally physicsed one of the lanterns, where like the chain got inverted and got stuck inside of itself, and it was physicsing everywhere. And apparently, that kind of physicsy happening is a pretty easy thing to make happen in this game. Like it's a known feature in this game. So it's not that it's like unusual to have it happen. We almost had it happen for a second there. But apparently, as the story goes, there was a point in time where before certain updates went out to the game, you could accidentally physics yourself to death. Like you would receive bludgeoning damage by a fast-moving object like that. You could get your own ass killed accidentally by a An angry lantern. Which I would very much like to avoid. Is this a new instance? No, it is not. Can I see any peeps? It's no peeps. It's a peeps-free zone. In fact, I can rest, so maybe we're actually done with fighting for a little bit. We'll see, though. I'll believe when I see it. Or when I don't see it. When I don't see bad guys. Do I see a spiky trap thing? Oh, there's the tripwire. Now, if I could find an NPC and draw them to me, that'd be real cool. There is somebody here. If only it worked that way. I mean, if this were Thief and I threw something, the bad guys would hear it and come to me, but in this game, that doesn't seem to be the case. Oop. Do it. Oh, he's too fast. Oh, well. Okay, well, he fell backwards into the spike ball. I'll still take it as a dub. Very, very rarely have we ever gotten to successfully use a trap against a bad guy. Because usually they just keep running, like they don't stop in front of the trap like I hope that they would. Or they're able to outrun it in a certain way, or they're able to just kind of cheese around it. It's happened a few times, but only a few, where a trap successfully hit a bad guy. Searing Burst? That sounds pretty cool, actually. It's another fire spell. We already have some very good fire damage spells. What I need are alternatives for when we fight Dunmer. Or, fire, Flame Atronach, that kind of thing. Searing Burst. 10 points for 6 seconds. So, that is nice. It just takes a while to get going. But 60 damage is nothing to sneeze at, and it is on target. Just pretty good. Now, the bigger question, is could I use Searing Burst to, like, pan-sear a steak to perfection? And I hope the answer is in all caps yes. But, we'll see. New galleries. Alright, well, allegedly we've explored everything so far, so let's pop on in, baby. I should save, because the last time I charged in recklessly into a bandit cave like this, thinking that I was I was gonna overpower anything we saw, we got bamboozled by like three bad guys with bows and arrows, and specifically like draining. I think they either drained magicka, or they like drained my max health temporarily, as they kicked the poop out of my butt. More torches. Replenish my stock. Skeletal Hero scroll. That's legit useful. It's the kind of thing I will probably save until the very, very end of the game, knowing me. Should also rest at some point so I can get a level. We actually have it. We didn't level up at all last stream. We can hear distant whisperings. Hey, what's up, Chismosa? Do another. I'm down, Chismosa. It says no body parts. I would say, yeah, as long as there's nothing exposed, I'm sure it's perfectly fine, Chismosa. I'd be down to check it out. Oh, there they are. Oh, wrong spell, as always. Now, somehow, we've only gotten this person to notice us. Only this senpai has noticed us. So, somehow, that dude... Oh, God. So, yeah. So, look at that. He's talking to this lady. She goes, "You over there, stop!" And she tries to fight us. And then she dies, falls over dead, and that man just walks over. He's like, "What happened here?" And then Goes back to his post. Nary a care in the world. Let's see what this is from Chismosa. I like this. This is very good. This is like... Oh, that's the wrong scene. Sorry, that's the wrong monitor. There we go. That's the one. It's a good Chismosa. I like this a lot. This could be like an emote, honestly. If you wanted it. If you ever stream yourself, Chismosa. This would be like a... If you wanted some fun emotes for your chat to use. This is a good one. I feel like the Shrek S is very powerful because there's a lot of words you could superimpose this S onto. I feel like this is the like early 2000s DreamWorks version of the cool S. I love it. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing, Chismosa. Using your artistic talents for the betterment of humanity, honestly. Sabubby. Sabubby. Is that from something, Elgaso? That sounds familiar. When I read that word, Sabubby, it makes me think of Tommy the Cat by Primus at the end of the song where he's like, say, baby, do you want to lay down with me? Say, baby, do you want to lay down by my side? Say, baby, lay with me. So that's what comes to mind. I hear Sabubby. Say, baby. It's a... Oh, that explains it. That explains it then, yeah. Oh my god, that guy's popping off. He's charging at me. It's almost like he didn't like that I killed his buddy. But, I mean, they both kind of started it, so you know. Voiced nymph of the forest. I'm very flattered, Chismos. You're always so kind. And I'm grateful that now that I am officially 100% healed up, according to the doctor, that I'm back to full power, and it feels nice. Feels nice being like comfortable again. So I appreciate the encouragement, friend. You're very kind. Like we're nearly done with this dungeon. We're gonna turn this dungeon into a dungeon because we'll be done with it. You're hilarious, Alex. I know, right? I'll save you the trouble and I'll say it to myself. Alex, you're doing great. You're so witty and clever. What's that? Is that I think this is a mine. Well, this is a mine, as is evident by this icon here. But they're clearly we're mining something, like mines that are still active. Now, I was saying how spellcasters are usually pretty smart about kind of dodging, dipping, diving, ducking, and dodging. Melee dudes just run straight at you in a straight line. They give no fucks with their expensive and very impressive warhammers. Maybe they thought they could bat away any projectiles I throw at them, but it doesn't work that way. Sad for them. Not sad for me, but sad for them. Let's see the bad guys. Is it gold? Silver. I like that noise. Let's chipping away, presumably with our bare hands. We don't have a pickaxe on hand, but we're using our teeth to pry it off somehow. Torches. Oh, there's a pickaxe. That's what it is. We just walked over and picked it up automatically. And a random dead rat. Here, I'll at least do this rat justice. Rats, rats, we are the rats. The birthday rats. Michael, it's your birthday today. Roasted rat meat is on its way. There we go. Also, I should be scrounging for mushrooms. Scrounging for shrooms. What an interesting noise that is. I'm scrounging for shrooms. Cruising for shroomins. For shroomer. Cruising. Shroomin. I'm trying to think of a wordplay that could be done there. Although my dumbass, whenever I hear the word cruising, like cruising for something, I'm reminded of the time where I can't exactly remember the context, but I was hanging out with some friends from where I went to high school. I was in college at the time, but I was hanging out with some of my friends from high school. And I think it was that they wanted to go out to a bar. Because it was like around the time where a bunch of them had turned 21. So they wanted to go out to a bar somewhere. And... oh, here we go. Let's see if this hits them. Still too far back. Yep. Overthinking things. So they wanted to go to a bar, and of course, I was to be the designated driver. And I think the way it went... like, I know what was said. I can't remember exactly the context. But the way the scenario played out, I think, is that I was to be the designated driver. And one of my buddies was very excited. He was like, yeah, this will be a fun time with the boys. And he was like, yeah, with Hobbit as our driver. What he meant to say is that we were going to go cruising for some bitches. Very classy, I know, but we were going to go cruising for some bitches. But he was already a little bit tipsy. And what he said was that we're going to go cruising for some boners. Which is infinitely funnier than cruising for bitches. And he, like, as the words left his mouth, he realized what he said. He was like, whoa, hey, Freudian slip. Whoa there, buddy. Whoa, calm down. So that's what my dumbass thinks. Whenever I hear cruising for blank, I think cruising for boners. It has ruined it forever. Another Dunmer, by the way. Am I a traitor? I kind of miss the Morrowind lines. You will suffer greatly. Although the updated lines in this game are still good. And I have not been suffering greatly. Battle music. Oh. It's a wolf. Friends to cheer up. Were you thinking? Oh, were you thinking like a raid target for later Black Magics? Because I would definitely be down. Oh, what? I think it went backwards into that log. Because yeah, if you have a raid target for later, if they're still online, we could absolutely hit them up. We got some peeps. I'll probably be going for 2 hours. 2 hours thereabouts. So if they're still alive, we can get them. We can get their asses. This is probably it for this dungeon. If I had to guess. Oh, we got one little avenue remaining. Got a chest there to check out. One here. Oh, the throwback. The throwback. I got excited thinking you had a raid target for later Black Magics. Yes. Yes, after a bad breakup. See, the great news about that... well, it's not so great news. I wish I could take pride in that with Black Magics, but it was not my own. Actually, that was Grovana. We were talking about Grovana earlier. That was GV. I mean, I guess in all fairness, I don't know if he invented that Jackbox quip, but it was in his channel, and I think his prompt, or his answer to a prompt, that inspired it. Because yes, I'm almost positive that it was definitely in his stream, but I think he was the one that gave that answer. And I was like, this is my favorite thing ever. The best way to cheer your friend up is going through a bad breakup. It's the only way. It's the only way to do it right. There's the hammer breaking. Perfect. That's a good throwback, bud. I love it. All right, now this open area is quite done. This one little section. That one's a good one. Although I think that my favorite one that I think I've ever come up with on my own, with my own human brain, my own fucked up human brain. The prompt was, in Quiplash still, the prompt was, what's the family heirloom that nobody in your household wants to claim? And my answer was Meemaw's butt plug. And I stand by it as being, well, for one thing, accurate. I don't think anybody would really, want to claim it necessarily. But I was also very proud of how upset everyone was when that answer was unveiled. People were laughing, but people were also like, who did this? Unmask yourself. Who did this? And it was on a Discord call. And of course, I couldn't keep my dumbass quiet. I was laughing too loud. They were like, God damn it, Alex. And that's the correct answer. That's the correct reaction to something that twisted. And it was a super quick blast, by the way. Every single person voted for it. So, because I still have the clip. It wasn't on my stream. It was on Dance School's stream. It was on her stream. But I still went back and clipped it so I could save it for posterity. It's one of my crowning achievements in life. Alex, what are some of your proudest moments? Graduating college, getting my first job, paying off my car, buying my first place. All that is secondary to Meemaw's butt plug. Meemaw's butt plug will forever be my crowning achievement. Yes. Nope, I don't regret saying that. Hey, what's up, Sternsy? Sternsy says, I will claim it. The butt plug is mine. For the posterior of posterity. That's right. I need to do something very quick. I need to do something that will also allow us to save things for posterity. Make sure I spell the name right. S-T-U-R-N... Yeah. There we go. I was secretly hoping somebody else would say something goofy so that I could quote them. I got too many quotes of myself in my own quote system. I don't want to be that much of an egotistical lunatic. I gotta get some other quotes represented. It's good to see you, Sternsy. How you doing, buddy? Now that I've immortalized you with a quote that will definitely never be used to embarrass you. Certainly not.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
He says, I'm just warming up. Well, I've hit you with several fire spells, so yes, you are literally warming up. Axe was he using? Absorption. It's very heavy, but very good. It's quite good. And he's quite dead. I think he was just absorbing our something, but I don't think he was draining anything. Yeah, everything's fine. The inside of my ridiculous quotes. The Snapple lids. Oh my god. JD, if I were to... Okay, I'll say this much. When I create my own company of soft drinks and bottled tea beverages, and they ask me for what Super Hobbit Super Snapple lids, or the inside of lids, what kinds of nuggets of wisdom I should put in there, I'll be sure to peruse my list of quotes. I don't think if we have any good ones from JD. I honestly can't remember, but I could search it at some point. See if we have any attributed to you, buddy. We have a number from Arctic, several from Elgaso. We got a few from Black Magics. I don't think like who are some other regulars. I think we might have one, maybe one from Vermilion Devil when we were doing Roller Coaster Tycoon, and both her and Black Magics were supplying some very, very highly classy names for rides and that involved but parts of the body relating to the butt. Butt adjacent names, I would say. Yes, so too. Yeah, exactly. Like, and things are usually said that are like funny and enjoyable, but nothing that's incriminating that I can use against you. That I should save in a quote. Like JD says things that are, you know, clever and witty, but I don't like that. I don't like things that are clever and witty. I like things that make people look silly and goofy, like me. That's the stuff I'm gunning for. None of this making people look good. Nah, that ain't it. That's not what I'm after. By virtue of being here, you already look good because you're in the Super Hobbit stream. I mean, of course you look good because you're here. And I think it's because my dumbass hopefully makes you look smarter in comparison. My degeneracy makes you look like a saint. I will take the... God damn, Sternsy, that's incredible. That's a fucking keeper right there, Sternsy. Holy buckets. Now, I know, and I'll confess. All right, so confession time. I'm not a real Lord of the Rings fan. I will go on record and state that I've never. I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this. All right, I need you guys to promise not to judge me. But despite my name being Super Hobbit, and despite claiming to be an enjoyer of Lord of the Rings, I've never actually watched a porn parody of Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry. If you need to unfollow, if you need to unsubscribe, if you need to report me to Twitch, uninstall Windows, throw my computer away, if you need to, like, remove me from the internet, I understand. But I've never watched a porn parody of Lord of the Rings. But my understanding is that they do exist. There's probably at least one, and I hope there's a line like that in at least one of these parodies. Welcome back, G-Duck. G-Duck says, wait, these nuts, please. So boring. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, here's the thing. I love Lord of the Rings as much as the next small bearded nerd, but I recognize it's not everyone's cup of tea. Gracie has actually never seen the movies, or had never seen the movies, and we watched Fellowship together, and I could tell she tried. You know, the thing is, she was really never into like nerdy stuff all that much. She enjoys some anime. She, like, you know, casually enjoys some nerdy things. But let's be honest, Lord of the Rings movies are very good, but they're kind of long, and they can be meandering at times. And I love it. I love the meanderingness, but I know they're not everyone's cup of tea. So we watched Fellowship together, and she was like, you know, she was, I could tell she was trying. She was like, it was good. I was like, would you like to watch the others? And she was like, maybe sometime. And I was like, all right, I'm not gonna push it. Because again, they're long movies. I get it. So I'm never one to shame others for not for being a little bit delayed in recognizing the best movies ever. It's not that they don't like it, it's that they haven't come around yet. No, jokes aside, no, I get that not everybody would love them. Internet police, Hobbit Hub, correct. Hob Hub. Can you imagine? Well, I've joked earlier about inventing a new website, calling it Only Hobbits. And it's just pictures of me in, like, sexy Hobbit-related poses. Like me, like nude, not showing my genitals, but nude on like a bearskin rug, with my butt like exposed, and like I'm reading Lord of the Rings by a campfire, like by a nice warm fire. Or a picture where I'm like bent over suggestively throwing some jewelry into a volcano, but I'm like, well, my butt's puckered out and I'm doing one of these, like I'm kind of being naughty about it. You know, really, really classy, sexy stuff. So I'm gonna make an Only Hobbits website. And I'll have photos of my my disappointingly not hairy feet. I know it's very disappointing and very boring, actually. But yes, we can also have Hobbit Hub. The Eagle things, right? Yes. Well, there are in-universe answers for the Eagle thing, but it is a frequent point of contention that people will raise. There are explanations for the Eagle thing, but it is a little bit jarring. It's kind of a George Lucas kind of thing where, you know, the hand waving George Lucas of, oh well, you see, there's an in-universe explanation for this thing, and then he goes in like a 30-minute diatribe about an obscure detail that is easy to miss. Well, you see, if you would have read the Silmarillion, I hope you guys like my George Lucas impression, by the way. If you read the Silmarillion on chapter 17, they go into great detail about the Eagles. What is this? Oh, I thought it was an enemy. It's just a sconce. Lady's mantle. Oh, it's a bush. I'm an idiot. I was like, what is a lady's mantle? It's a white seed pod, apparently. Yeah, 8-Bit Llama's got it covered. Yeah, I don't gotta say shit. Yeah, 8-Bit Llama knows exactly what's up. And honestly, 8-Bit Llama would probably know it better than me, because I haven't watched the movies in a minute, nor have I read the books in Well, all right. So actually, in all fairness, I have not finished reading the books yet. So that's another pretty big mark against my character as a fake hobbit enjoyer. It's not super. Yeah, ultimately that's what it comes down to. Like, yes, there are in-universe explanations, but despite that, it's a little bit jarring to the casual observer when they first see the movie. Because yeah, it's like, wait, why didn't they just? Yeah, it's something that it would have been nice if there would have been a way to explain it, but you know, they're already long movies, so I recognize that some things had to go left unexplicitly stated. Maybe the idea was, if we don't explain everything, then maybe they'll go out and read the books to get the full deets. Like, I don't know, maybe that's what they were going for. The books are, yeah, exactly. I need to go back and finish them, honestly. Whoopsie pipes. I've never heard that term, but I like it. I'm going to use that term. Also, we found a new cavern, or ruin, rather. And is that a... Huh, that's a little bit unexpected. I mean, we'll definitely check that out too, but check the ruins first. Into Trombe. It's almost like a trumpet. Trombe. Oh, God, these fucking things. Oh, Jesus, piss. I don't like these things at all. I'm hoping that, yes, he'll follow me out. Good. I would much rather fight this thing in the open rather than being in narrow hallways, because their drain spells are awful to deal with. Actually, I can probably do this. Easy. Well, easy because I'm out in the open like this. Fellowship. Yeah, I as a kid, I really liked... I mean, I liked all of them. As a kid, I probably liked Return of the King more because it's the longest, and the action scenes are fun, the fighting was cool. But as an adult, yeah, I very much would say that Fellowship is my favorite, because you get the action, but you also get some really cool exposition. Get some, of course, lots of good acting. Get a lot of cool character interactions that you don't really get as much of. One of my friends described it well. He said that that Fellowship, in at least a good chunk of the movie, feels like a Dungeons and Dragons session that, as Dungeons and Dragons sessions go, doesn't go smoothly. It's a D&D session where the DM has surprises for the group, and the group has a plan, and it goes off the rails, and they have to improvise, and things don't always work, and there are triumphs but losses along the way. And it's like kind of a ragtag feel. It's like, yeah, I can totally see that. Oh, I see you, skeletons. Oh, wrong spell. I mean, it's a good spell, but I would rather slap the fire. Actually, what I could be doing is this. I'll just make him sad. And then while he's sad, I'll miss with the fire. Oh, man, I didn't want you to go that far, dude. I wanted him to be sad, not that sad. God damn. So don't fly directly to Mordor. Meander, flying around a bit. Send a text message. Ooh. What if I do this? What if I send Sauron a tasteful but distracting dick pic from my Only Hobbits, my Only Hobbs page? Do you think that would sufficiently distract him and let me throw the cock ring into Mordor? Sorry, I think I'm getting the porn parody stuff mixed up again. In fact, I should probably be leading off with Turn Undead, because that's free hits, baby. These things are almost... That missed? Oh, I guess his hitbox is right there. There we go. Here's this fucking dude. Now, the thing is that Turn Undead is going to wear off on this guy. So I'm going to preemptively slap him in the booty hole again. I was actually hoping he'd like take the shot elsewhere. He didn't like that. Lots of skeletons. Chill up. The wraiths make some creepy noises, honestly. It's cool, but it's fucking creepy. Squealing of Wraithian souls. This one. Boop. I hate that as he's turning around and firing a shot, the shot still hits me. It's like, dude, you were facing away from me. Ain't that some bullshit? Lots of skeletons. I'm gonna turn just you. My shit needs to be recharged. Did something else hit me? I suddenly got stunned, but I don't know by what. Maybe he was in like an attack animation I just didn't see. My endurance is quite low. Good analogy. Perfect. Perfect. Also, I missed the range of my claymore. Oof. I'm so low on stamina. I'm not doing very much damage at all. Of course, I can always heal, which I think I'll do. Oh, it's a little stabby attack. That's what that is. Not you. Not you. Oh, I missed. You get back into timeout, mister. I'm not done with this homie first. Yeah, the heroes are quite chonky. We're gonna be here for a bit. Ouch. Thankfully, the stabs are not that effective. Trying to do the thing where you... I guess you have to go back. There we go. Trying to do the thing to disarm him, hopefully. I'm doing so little damage, though. If nothing else, those do real big damage. How do you do the multi attacks? Like because I've seen that before. I've done it accidentally where I've done like several swings at once. I think I'm probably doing more of the power swings, which are maybe not as good. Or not as wise. Ouch. Oh wow, I'm stunned. Wow, I was stunned for like a full 2 seconds there. Goddamn. So yeah, this is evidence that my blade skill is still quite low. Stamina being still quite low, like we're seeing here. Send the dick pic. The eye goes wide. Yeah, it gets like the anime blush. Yes, that is the exact gamer play, honestly. Well, that's an interesting one too. Yeah, if it would corrupt them, because we know that the ring has pretty convincing indiscriminate corruption powers. So yeah, even the eagles wouldn't be spared, and it would lead to them doing their bidding. That's where like the George Lucas thing comes in. It's like, well, you see, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation that we didn't include because it was already a 3-hour movie. Oh, man, sometimes you just get stun locked into oblivion by these dudes, and of course it's a skeleton here, which means they are very strong. They are very strong and very good at what they do. They're good at being a skeleton. They're talented skeletals. Apparently something is still seeing us. It's probably one of the archers we pissed on earlier. Not abundantly clear. Right, yeah. That's where the ambiguities start to leak in a little bit. Like the plasms. Did this guy have a sword? Yes, he did not. Okay, he had a bow. An iron bow. This is one of the guardians, rather. Not a hero, but still a guardian is pretty high level. He just gave him a crappy ass bow. These guys have glass bows at least, which is cool. Into Oblivion. Oh god, did I actually say that out loud? Into Oblivion. That wasn't intentional, but that is unfortunately very appropriate. Into Oblivion. Literally into Oblivion. Or inside of Oblivion, I suppose. Because that's the name of the game. Also, guess I can just do this. Boop. Any other fun loots in here? Oh, I can sit on the stone bench. Maybe if I sit down, it would let me get my endurance back more quickly. Apparently something still very much knows where I am and is very excited to meet me. Oh, it's right here. Maybe he was like trying to throw projectiles at me the whole time, but I had no idea he was here. That conjuration up, baby. That's what Sadge Maroon sounds like. That's what our boy sounds like. I'm headcanoning it right now. When you see this face, he's going... a squealy, whining, sad little sound. Or actually, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when you see this face, it's lower pitched and it's more... But when he's really scared... If you really get his ass, then he makes noises like we were hearing just now. Clang. Probably have a bunch of arrows in me, don't I? A few, yep. That's a couple of quivers worth, I think. Yep, 2 quivers worth of arrows, very good. Got all those casks. Alright, so we got a few options then. Place is much more expansive than I was expecting it would be. Looks like it doesn't matter too much. They both eventually lead to the same places. Any peoples or skeletons down here? Of course, it's all undead so far as I can tell. Vancurus. Yeah. Excuse me. Is this a trap? Yeah, I see a panel like this and I go, wait a second. It's raised up a little bit, kind of sus. Especially in an open room like this with an objective in the middle or at the end. I've made reference before how sometimes in these kinds of configurations, I'm imagining you go up to the pedestal, you pick up the thing, and then a giant boulder comes down behind you, so you have to put something of equal weight on the pedestal to counterbalance it. Okay, so this leads back right this way. I think this would actually be... Yeah, they're still bad guys. So this is the lower areas we saw earlier. Now, I know in Dungeons & Dragons rules, you cannot sneak attack an undead enemy. Because in D&D, a sneak attack usually implies like you're stabbing at a weak point. A muscle tendon, or an internal organ, or, you know, something like that. Whereas skeletons don't have a lot of internal organs. Zombies don't really give a shit about internal organs or muscle tendons, that kind of thing. So it's a regular attack, but you don't get extra damage. So in that same sense, I wonder if in this game... if sneaking around undead has, like, different rules, so to speak. There's that one stairway leading down. Ooh, I see this happy lad. Oh, and there's another. Which means... I'll get your ass too. We get one more attack before he wears off. Yep. So we go again. Okay, he's not glowing now, which makes me a little bit nervous. Ouch. Although he's just doing the regular attacks. Uh-oh. Oh, the other one woke up. Gonna take this guy out. He's not healing, is he? Why won't you... I was gonna say, he's been on the precipice of death this whole time. Alright, well, I'm gonna get one more casting of this, then I'm gonna close the gap. Yeah, those spells make me nervous. Those are the drain spells that will leave you quite vulnerable. Gonna keep slapping his booty. Yo, BDR, what's up, bud? Just some good old-fashioned wraith slappage. Wraith slapping. If you're not spanking wraiths in Oblivion, then you're not doing it right. Okay, so... what were these wraiths guarding that was so gosh darn important? But not important to lock it above an average level lock. A lockpick and 38 gold. Clearly the most desirable list of treasures. Not enough mergicers. I guess I don't actually need to knock those off. I can just jump up and nab them. Add them to my collections. It's usually good to check these little niches in the wall, these little alcoves, because you never know when there might be a little sneaky surprise. Oh my, now this looks fancy. And once again, this pretty much just all ends up in the same place anyway, so... I see no reason for us to not proceed, although I will save. It's because this... some pretty high-level shit. Yo, Quirky Teacher, good to see you, friend. We're doing more Oblivioning right now. And we're entering a very Oblivion-y looking place. With definitely monsters nearby. But where? Well, I guess while I'm here, I'll go and sniff this out. Some free potions. Good to see Mr. Llama. That's right. He is a good dude. We could all use more of him in our lives. Actually, Ape Llama, do you have any fun stream plans coming up pretty soon? Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's right. This was... that leads to the... we would have seen this previously, I think. Well, actually... yeah, why didn't we see this earlier? I guess we did see this from a distance and I just didn't pursue it. Yeah, okay, never mind. Actually, for that matter, I'm always happy to ask if anybody in the chat has any stream plans for the rest of this week. Or for the weekend, for that matter. Because it is, in many time zones, technically Friday right now, which is pretty sick. Like the good kind of sick, that is. The happy sick. Did you just summon a homie? One homie producing another homie. It's homie mitosis. Or meiosis. Meiosis D's nuts. So a skeleton champion's skeleton guardian. So skeleton champions can just invent new homies. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? I have a feeling you're gonna do a lot of damage with that giant big dick sword. Ouch! Ouch! Hurts so good! Fucking Christ! Alright, fine. Sorry I asked. That's why we gotta be smart. Alex says while charging Dick first into battle. Thankfully you kill the summoner and it vanquishes the summon need. And that's just a plain-ass silver claymore. It's a good weapon, but not when you're level 15. That's not really amazing. So if you get that guy a glass claymore or something scary, then they're gonna be extra spooky. There we go. I'm looking for that slow ascension. Just couldn't get it. And the summer oh yeah, understandable. Back to work on Monday, yeah. Well, are you bummed that summer's coming to an end? Or are you like bummed that summer has been like kind of a drag and then you're looking forward to it ending? Because as a kid, I was more the former. I would be bummed that summer's coming to an end. But I know for a number of for some of my friends who are teachers, they describe the latter. Where it's like they start to get antsy near the end of the summer break. Come on, come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Some Alt F4. Oh yeah, yeah. I've not played it, but I think I know which game you're referring to. Staff of Corrosion. Will it be your first playthrough, Apelama, or have you played it before? Got a new spell to add to our repertoire. It wasn't major to spell. I read the name and I already forgot it like a goober. Restore Strength. I think we actually already have a Restore Strength spell, but I'll take another one. Sure, why the hell not? What I really need is like Restore Wisdom, Restore Intelligence. Basically all the Restore attribute spells. Any and all would be a welcome sight. 3 weeks. Right, yeah, yeah. So you would rather get back to it. I gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Type A, yeah, totally understandable. Yeah, like I said, that's how some of my friends who are teachers have described it in the past, where they get antsy near the end of the season. That's exciting though, Quirky. I'm glad it's a positive thing for you. Something to do, yeah. Understandable, yeah. I mean, sometimes having like nothing to do is refreshing, but yeah, too much of that, it's like, oh god, what the fuck do I do? Like I've mentioned again, you know, Gracie's friend from Ukraine, this staying with her for a bit. And whenever I'm over there, it's she frequently makes mention of the fact that like where she's like, man, I can't wait to get my work permit so she can get a job out here, because she's staying with Gracie, and she's of course been helping out around the house and stuff like that, but she's like, she wants to get back to work and like doing stuff, and you need a work permit if you're staying here on like a temporary basis in the States. You need a work permit to get a job. So she's applied for one, and like the process for it is kind of, you know, as it usually goes. There's lots of bureaucracy, and these things take time to get approved and all that crap. So I can tell it's frustrating for her, because it's like I'm just sitting around and it's boring and it's unnerving at times. So if I were in her shoes, I would feel the same way. That being said, look at that, just a single instance. Whoops, sorry, sign. A single instance, all in one place dungeon ruins thing. Let's get the fuck on out of here. Most interesting thing what we fought was that champion skeleton friend summoning lad. Your classroom. Oh, that's exciting. Get some decorating going. That's fun. Will it be the same grade that you've been teaching previously, just like a new setting, or like or a new spot in which it's taking place, I'm guessing? It's like new classroom could be like, ooh, that could be very exciting. How do I get up there? I need to get up there so I can leave. Ah, here it is. New room and new classes. That's exciting. The newness could be stressful for some. It would perhaps stress me out, but I'm encouraged by the fact that it's like a positive thing for you. Physics, engineering, leadership. Leadership is interesting. Is it like, when you say leadership, is it like, obviously physics, engineering, that all makes perfect sense. Will leadership be like teaching like management solutions, that kind of thing? For those who don't know, Quirky Teacher is a teacher. Who is quirky? It's not just the screen name, it's also her profession. Crazy, right? Whereas in reality, I am not actually a hobbit that has superpowers. I'm just a short dude who plays video games. That's the extent of my expertise. And sure enough, we saw this from a distance. It is yet another tower. This place is very dense with points of interest to explorificate. Anything you want? Oh, that's cool. So you're kind of given free reign to teach whatevskis, because that could be really cool. I recognize for a lot of these, you're probably, you know, the curriculum is probably Probably not so much limited, but you know, there's certain things you have to hit, you have to land on. Yeah, in this case though, they give you free reign. That's actually cool as hell. Interesting, yeah. That sounds fascinating. Yeah, I would be. That sounds like legit really cool. And I'm glad you're excited for it. Like I said, I'm glad it's like a very much like an exciting and positive thing to look forward to.
Elves are all the same.
You elves. There's like 9 different kinds of elves in this game, man. Don't you elves are all the same lady. Your steel claymore and your dwarven curious think you're so cool. I'm not. No, she didn't hurt my feelings. I'm crying because I'm so tough. That's why. Also, there's a cave in the distance. We could see on the compass there. But more pressingly is a fort. Fort Wariel. And we're next to the Bodian camp. We got lots of stuff nearby. I know, Corky. I know. So rude, right? It is. Right. Like, I understand. I understand when it comes to physics, engineering. Like, yeah, it's like you can't just go completely buck wild as the teacher, that there are certain things you have to stick to. But I'm glad they're giving you some cool freedoms as a teaching professional. That's awesome as hell. It's good to see you, Rico, too. This might be an all-orc endeavor. Ow. I need one more. Actually, what am I doing? I need to raise my blade skill up. I keep getting my booty hole kicked in melee situations like this one.
Jump on my sword while you can.
Oh wow, I kind of did jump on the sword, didn't I? I keep getting like interrupted. There we go. I keep getting interrupted where I'll go to swing and then they'll hit me and I'll be like, oh, I'll like recoil for a full second. It's like my guy is surprised, like, what? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. So yeah, I need more opportunities to raise my blade skill up and get good. I don't know if I trust it. I bet there's at least one more outside. And then there's the interior, which is its own can of worms. Hungry for words? No, hungry for worms. There was a Pink Floyd song whose title I was trying to remember. I was like, is it Here Come the Worms? Is it like, it was something the worms, and I remembered it the other day. It's like, oh, it's Waiting for the Worms, I think. I think that's what it was. Like, one of those things where I was trying to remember without looking it up. It's like, if I look it up, it'll remove the satisfaction. I want to remember it organically. Which, as I get older, sometimes is easier said than done. Not a Pink Floyd fan. They are a band that I used to not really like. But I had to listen to the right albums, and then I was like, "Oh, I get it." Because when I had heard Pink Floyd, I had heard early Floyd, and I nowadays I do like early Floyd. There's things that I like about them. Interstellar Overdrive is a fucking jam. Astronomy Domain is weird and like creepy. Like I like it, but yeah, once I heard Dark Side of the Moon, Animals, and then I heard late Floyd, and I went, oh, and then I really got it. Like I like Dark Side of the Moon, I like The Wall, but I will confess I'm kind of a smelly fanboy for David Gilmour, and late Floyd is very Gilmour influenced because, you know, Roger Waters yeeted himself out of the band. But yeah, I'm a smelly fanboy for David Gilmour, so late Floyd is bae. Yo, what's up, Night Drip? Thanks for asking. No, we're doing well, bud. We're doing well. This is my first playthrough. Fair warning, the character we made is a little bit rough around the edges looking, but I assure you, he's mostly harmless. He's a sad purple man. We named him Sadge Maroon, and you'll never guess why we named him that. I always tell people the goal was to make his head as round, purple, and sad as we possibly could make it. So that's the character. We made him a spellcaster primarily, with some blade and some light armorer you know, when push comes to shove. So that's what we have right now. And the main quest, we're still pretty early on the main quest. I think our current main quest objective, Path of Dawn, would be I gotta head back to the Arcane University with the Mythic Dawn book that we sourced from the cultist that we saw in the Imperial City. And you take that back to the Arcane University. However, while we're en route to the Arcane University, I have a side quest to get dwarven artifacts from these camps. So I'm going around and gathering stuff from the camps and hitting up some dungeons along the way. Once we get all these artifacts, I'll take those and this other item to the Arcane University to complete a side quest and then to continue a main quest. So we're kind of trying to kill two birds with one stone while we're out here. More metal or hard rock. Yeah, Pink Floyd is obviously more psychedelic and more, I mean, I don't know what I would call it. It's not, I wouldn't exactly call it soft rock. I would call it classic rock, but like, yeah, kind of some progressive, proggy elements, some artsy-fartsy kind of stuff going on, which I love. I love the artsy-fartsy shit. I love the fucking, I love the, you know, full of itself, indulgence of prog rock in a lot of ways. So I'm a fan of that kind of stuff, and Pink Floyd very much checks a lot of those boxes. Can I ask Quirky Teacher, what are some of your favorite bands though? Because I enjoy a lot of harder rock and some metal. I'm kind of picky about metal, but there's a lot of acts that I follow very closely. Have a good night, Ipalama. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Return to school. That's right. That's right. On Monday. Oh, that means, Quirky Teacher, that this weekend is your final weekend of true freedom. Or your final week of true freedom before, you know, before work spins up, obviously. So, like, if there was fun stuff you wanted to do beforehand, then last opportunity. By the way, we just leveled up our sneak enough where we are a level 50 journeyman. The weight of my boots no longer affects my ability to remain undetected. Now, because I'm a strange degenerate, I misread that and thought that it said, the weight of your boobs no longer affects your ability to remain undetected. And thank goodness, because well, we don't have a lot of action, and we're also a dude, but, I figure the flapping of our large purple face would maybe alert the guards. It's like the whole meme about Solid Snake having too thick of a booty, and the clap of his ass cheeks alerts the guards around him. Otacon, trying to be sneaky, but the sound of my ass cheeks keeps the clapping of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards. See, I can't do a very good voice, but huh? There's a guy somewhere. I don't know where he is. And there's a tripwire right here. In sevenfold metallic, very nice. Yeah. I'm a very big fan of Metallica, and it makes me genuinely happy that they're like kind of mainstream popular right now. I mean, they've been mainstream popular for a while, but Stranger Things season 4, baby, that shit brought it into the fold, and they've really embraced it. That makes me very happy. So there's like different kinds of music fans. There's people that'll be like, nah, I liked them before they were popular. I'm the opposite. It's like, no, man, I like it when things I like enter the mainstream, then I can like be excited about it with others. I like to share that kind of stuff. That's fun. I could probably jump that if I wanted to. It would most likely just be a sequence break, so we probably don't need to bother with that. We can make this jump, I think. Hello? Who's there? That's right, brought him back to the fold. There are people who are discovering the band for the first time now, which I think is really cool. And they're an old band, obviously. They've been around for a minute. And they've you know they have fans of widely varying ages, but I'm glad that they're leaning into it. I love the interview that he did with the band did with Joseph Quinn, and they gave him the guitar. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. They jammed with him. It was so fun. That makes me so happy to see. Welcome to New Faith. That's right. Yeah, that's like 9 times out of 10 how I usually look at these things. I say let's all nerd out together. Let's all embrace it. None of that gatekeeping bullshit. I saw something the other day where it was a woman wearing a Nirvana t-shirt, like taking a selfie, or no, it was a TikTok video. She like had the camera on herself showing the shirt she was wearing. It was her Nirvana t-shirt. She was like, BRB, about to go out for a drink with some pals, reading up on Wikipedia articles so I can make sure that I have 10 songs memorized, the names of Kurt, the middle name of Kurt's daughter, and Dave Grohl's shoe size memorized in case, you know, some asshole at the bar decides to challenge me on my worthiness as a Nirvana fan. And I was like, yeah, it do be that way sometimes, especially for women. You're just wearing that t-shirt to get attention, but you know, that kind of gatekeepy bullshit. Fucking Christ. Ridiculous. Ancient wooden door. I hear peeps, but I do not see peeps. I want to peep them peeps. And I guess they didn't hear me slap that one dude in the testicles repeatedly with fireballs. Hit him in the fireballs, if you will. He's a marauder with a steel claymore. He's got cool looking armor. It's probably dwarven, right? Yeah. And orcish. Neat. With football. Oh my god, yeah. Yes, if you're wearing like a football jersey, or if you've got some like some merch on display, and they'll be like, you're not a real fan. Only I determine who is worthy. That's how this guy sounds, by the way. We've determined that Sadge Maroon is like, I'm the hero. So he's always very sad and like just on the verge of breaking down into tears constantly. He's just a sad purple man. The hero of Cyrodiil. That's me. Yep. Oh my god, this guy is juking. And we almost one-shot him, although we did not get him entirely with one shot. There we go. 2 shots. And he did heal. Yeah, that was a high elf, and high elves are squishy. The spells, specifically. Spells, and I think disease as well. I think they're immune to disease, but at the cost of being weak to magic. But they themselves are strong with magic. So it's good when they use it against dudes and dudettes, but not good when they use it against them. Let's see. There's more things afoot. Shing. Oh, that'll do it. Should maybe draw my weapon and not be in sneaky mode. Ouch. That was what we call an attack of opportunity. I like ran past her in an attempt to get a better position, and in doing so I was a little bit vulnerable-ified. She took a couple slaps at me. Oh, she looks sad. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, not that sorry, because she did attack me first, but still. She's playing well to my empathy. My natural empathetic nature. This is the room we were in earlier? Yes. Oh, yeah, we saw this doorway earlier. So it's all interconnected. Did the music change? I was wondering if I've incurred something's wrath. Can I steal their beer? Or their whiskey, what have you, whatever's in this barrel? I don't think it works that way. The bed, so I can take a power nap. To get a level. In fact, I might as well do that now, I suppose. Just 1 hour. Little power nap. Oh. Willpower, we don't get any fancy or intelligence. Uh-oh, that's not good. I just saw a thing talking about a shadow approaching. Don't like that. That for blade and get that for light armor. In fact, speed is almost to 100 actually, which is pretty sick. Personality is tempting, but eh. Alright, so what's this gonna do?
You sleep rather soundly for a murderer. That's good. You'll need a
Lucian.
clear conscience for what I'm about to propose.
This music is quite appropriate. Gasp. Who are you? We'll be less surprised, more direct.
In due time, dear child. In due time. First,
who are you? In due time. Anyway, I'm going to tell you who I am.
Lachance, speaker for the Dark Brotherhood. And you are a cold-blooded killer, capable of taking life without mercy or remorse.
We did kill 2 innocent people
The Night Mother has been
2 streams ago.
and she is most pleased.
Quirky is very excited.
So,
Is this a quest line that would very much be worth doing?
I come to you with an offering, an opportunity to join our rather unique family.
I'm listening.
Then heed my words, for I will not repeat them. On the green road to the north of Breville lies the Inn of Ill Omen.
What a fun sounding
You'll
name.
find a man named Rufio. Kill him.
Rufio! I think that's a
Initiation into
different
the
thing,
Dark
actually.
Brotherhood will be complete.
Complete. He's even got the hood and everything.
This, and the next time you sleep in a location I deem secure, I will reveal myself once more.
Is this place
bearing
considered secure?
the love of your new family.
Dank-ass bandit cave? Ooh, should we, like, embrace the darkness, or should we, like, be a little scared?
No. The Night Mother seems to think otherwise. Allow me to grant you a gift, in case you reconsider. It is a virgin blade, and thirsts for blood. Now, I bid you farewell.
So we've got a
I do hope
quest.
we'll meet again soon.
Oh, did that reject it? Because it seemed like it added a quest for us.
Have you not heard of the Dark Brotherhood? Of the remorseless guild of paid assassins and homicidal cutthroats?
Because it seemed like
Join
the
us,
opportunity is
and
definitely
you'll
there.
find the Dark Brotherhood to be all that and so much more. We are, more than anything, a union of like.
I just want to see the flavor text of being like, of him trying to convince us, like, no, I promise you, we're awesome.
For the glory of the dread father Sithis. We are
Sithis.
family with bonds forged in blood and death.
The name of their homeboy with the cloak is a very fitting match.
We praise our unholy matron. From her shadowed womb we were born. From her breast we suckle malice and pain. She loves.
Strangely specific terminology you're using here. Just different dialogue, yeah. I like the I'm liking this menacing
Know
dialogue.
that Rufio is old and weak and sleeps his days away. You could kill him before he even has a chance to wake, if you so choose. I do not spread rumors. I create them.
I like where I'm like, anyway, any rumors you want to share?
Yes, I am a speaker, a representative of the Dark Brotherhood. My voice is the voice of the Black Hand, our organization's ruling body. One of my duties is to find
He's just said duties, by the way.
individuals
FYI.
such as yourself, and offer a place within our family.
All right, fam.
Your path is clear. Send Rufio to his death, and the Dark Brotherhood will embrace you as family.
Anyway, I'm gonna turn invisible. I'm just gonna wander around here,
I have
fam.
nothing more to say. We shall speak again. Only
By the way, I
after
can't actually
Rufio
teleport,
lies
so I'm just gonna
dead.
vibe here for a minute. Just pretend I'm not here. It'll make it less awkward, I promise. All right, well, you're not gonna snitch if I steal some stuff, will you? Actually, I guess I already got that, but... Or you want to follow me? We can clear out this dungeon together, homie. We can be bros. Dark brohood. It's like he's confused. I'm guessing what's supposed to happen is he's supposed to, like, walk out the door of wherever we are and vanish into the night. But what's instead happening is that the AI doesn't know.
I have nothing more to say.
Okay. All right, you'll be all right, fam. You'll be all right. This is actually the second time we've seen an NPC get stuck. There's actually an NPC that I meant to handle this off stream, but there's an NPC stuck in the Imperial City that's preventing us from entering the Mythic Emporium that has what we need to enhance Frostcrag Spire. So we can't progress that little side quest right now due to an NPC being glitched. So we've seen it a few times before. So anyway, we'll just assume he'll be able to find his way out. You see, I'm quite evil and sinister, but my sense of direction could use some fine-tuning. So I'm just gonna fuck around and with my thumb up my ass over here for a bit, and I'll let you find your way. The brood mother with her juicy tits from which we suckled malice and pain, and her voluptuous womb from which we... Sorry, I'm sorry, just his terminology was like... It's like he had an impressive amount of detail that I don't know if I needed, but he gave it to us. He just has a specific path that he does not know how to navigate to. So we can unlock this ourselves. Actually, I might as well. Remember that one time, Corky? That one time I made things weird? It happens very rarely. Very infrequently. I'm usually so well behaved. Regal Toot says, alright, you get my approval, Alex. The duality of chat. Quirky's like, what the fuck? And then Regal's like, alright. He gets my vote. Security skill up to 38, baby. Only 31 points to go. Until we have the correct level. God damn it, the correct level. Eventually, once we get the unlock hard and unlock very hard locks spells, it's over for these motherfuckers, because lockpicks become a thing of the past for us. That one time, that's right. Oh my god, that was a good one. Kimmy Head. Real Wave Race gamers remember Kimmy Head. I never actually did fully beat everything in that game. That's a hard-ass game. That game stomped me good, but it was still a fun one. A good one to come back to. Maybe I should play it one more time before summer ends. As like because that's such a summer game. At least that's what I think of whenever I play it. I think of like being a kid and playing it on summer break. Welcome to Wave Race. Oh boy, what's this? Now this configuration specifically, everyone get ready to take a drink. Take a drink every time I mention Morrowind, or take a sip. This reminds me of some of the earlier dungeons you see in Morrowind, specifically Arkingthod, I think is what it's called. The first Dwarven ruin, or Dwemer ruin. He just stood there. He was like, what? Who dares cast a fireball onto my back?
Well, look
I was hoping he was just gonna hit the mannequin. Up here, yeah, there he is. That's my line. I'm the one who's supposed to go. Look at this armor. Is this orc armor in the flesh? Oh, motherfucking ebony, except it's heavy armor. Heavy armor, though. Wow. So or rather, ebony. We're seeing ebony. Of course, I did just level. Yeah, ebony is the good shit. I mean, the weapon I'm using is ebony. So, open boots. Yeah, it's heavy armor. Although, even though it's heavy armor, the armor rating is fairly good, all things considered. They're giving us them. They're giving them the, excuse me, the good stuff. It's the joy of the very aggressive level scale in this game. You're never ahead. You're always more, or I would say like you're always either at pace or maybe a little bit behind enemies when you first level. Like when you first level, I feel like it is a, I would say, yeah, maybe just a little bit behind. And then as you fight the bandits, you know, you get the armor, you get the weapons that can bring you to that point of being caught up. Of course, in my case, I got an ebony sword fairly early due to a quest reward. Oh, by the way, that guy gave me a sword. I should double check to see what he gave me. I was having too much fun toying with how he didn't know how to walk away, so he just walked in circles. And he was sad. Second only to Daedra. Yeah, I was gonna say, we're probably getting close to getting the good shit. We've seen glass weapons a lot already, so glass armor and presumably Daedric stuff is not too far from our future. Just exciting. And what's that sword he gave me? Blade of... Whoa. It's actually not very good, although it's quite light. Is it ebony? Yeah, it doesn't really look like our current sword. Oh wait, it's a 0 weight item. I think it must be for the quest, actually. I got my little stabby sword. Apparently, oh, there we go. Very fast. So if we check our quest log, it'll probably say the weapon's significance. Oh, it actually doesn't. Well, okay, whatever. We have it. I guess I'll keep it. Oh no, that makes sense actually, because yeah, in Morrowind that's how it worked too. Ebony was the second best heavy armor. And the second best weaponry. Whereas Daedric was the best armor and the best heavy armor and the best weapons. Heaviest as well, but from like a damage dealing perspective was the goodest and the hardest to find. I mean, you could find bad guys that would wield and then drop Daedric weapons on death, or wield them in life and then drop them on death. But armor was something else. Like, there was, to my knowledge, there was only a few pieces of some Daedric armor available in the game, and only one complete set of Daedric armor, and belonged to a pretty important NPC, so getting it was an involved effort. Bloop. They were just training with a mannequin out here, or they were practicing how to love with a mannequin. I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge what they do down here and with this mannequin stays down here and with this mannequin, especially now because they're all dead. There is no fear in this dojo, nor is there no shame. I was hoping that, so there's a cuirass, there's gloves, there's boots, there's no greaves. So if there was like a pair of greaves in the bottom, it's like, see, they took their pants off. So they were getting educated. Quirky says, "Hey man, speak for yourself, Alex. Don't lump me in with this nonsense." Oh, what's this? Oh, well, what's this? Notices your, oh, it was a double whammy slammy. Double whammy slammy trap. Hup. Probably almost done with this place. In fact, once we circle around here, that will be the end for this dungeon. Hopefully our buddy is still stuck walking in circles. He'll figure it out though. I mean, he's a resourceful guy. He got here in the first place. He'll find his way out. But awkward trying to... Yeah, trying to aim this in third-person view. We're getting glass arrows. Of course, again, glass weapons are already pretty standard, but glass armor will be exciting. Right, and that is all she wrote for this dungeon. There's a dude we slapped down earlier, which means our buddy... I'm gonna pay him one more visit. There he is, yep. I can see the light refracting.
I have nothing more to say.
Okay. All right, buddy. I'm just gonna leave you to it. I think you good, fam? You good? All right, I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna Find my way out of here. Guess I gotta go this way. The helmet and greaves are hard to find. Yeah, it's probably the kind of thing where once they start getting added into the loot tables, it'll take a while before we can find a full set. And we've only just recently started finding Elven. And so far we've found a shield and the boots, and that's it. We found lots of weapons of Elven gear, but not much for armor. So we got this camp, and also some kind of cave that was nearby. It was closer to the... yeah, it's apparently this way. So check this cave. Take some fall damage. Spice things up a bit. Or Lucian. Lucian is an interesting name. It's like... shares, I guess, some either Greek or Latin roots with like, you know, Lucifer. Like whenever I hear the name, like I think either Lucius, I think is like an actual first name that some people sometimes have, but in media it's almost always somebody who is evil or otherwise sinister. Brittle Rock Cave. Now, will this be more NPCs? I kind of hope that it is. I prefer to fight NPCs if given the chance. We'll see, though. I mean, the fact that there's a little baggie here means it might be or that kind of stuff. The name of your car? Call him Lucy. Oh, I bet he loves that. I'm Lucifer. Okay, Lucy. I hate that name. Some mushrooms. It's all quiet so far. It's quiet. Too quiet. There are enemies nearby. We'll see something eventually. Clan Fear. Okay, so we got Mansters. Daedra and such. But Mansters no less. He's not a Clan Fear runt, he's a full-fledged big boy. Meow, he's sad. Clan Fear claws. I'll grab him for now, but we'll be able to make a ton of potions with them, probably. They're very heavy. I should heal up. Yeah, they're tough lads. The runts are pretty tough early on in the game. By now, they're a pushover, but early on, they were more than a nuisance. Need more magicers. There it is. Still more enemies. Can't say I'm surprised. 6 years, that's good. That's good. I was thinking just the other day, I think so my car is a 2012 model Prius. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Alex, do you drive a Prius? I'm not surprised. I'm trying to fit all the stereotypes as possible. But yeah, I have a 2012 Prius, and I got it in November of 2012. So, coming up on 10 years. It's fully paid off, which is nice. But... ooh, 69, nice. Yeah, we stretched that hammer out real good. Yeah, almost 10 years of that thing, which is nice. It's still running, still doing just fine. Figure I'll drive it till it shits the bed entirely, and then we'll get something else. Almost paid it off yourself. Nice, that's exciting. And Nosfast, good to see you, bud. Do I like biblical influences with the story, within this series' story and lore? It wouldn't surprise me. I know that there's a number of I guess you would call them like story tropes, story writing tropes from like, you know, fantasy universes, that kind of thing, that borrow heavily from like biblical tales. So yeah, I would say that like when it comes to general folklore in games like this, there probably are some things that drop pretty heavily. Also, I'm pretty sure that is a Daedrith. And that is a little scary, because in Morrowind, these guys were fucking terrifying. They had a ranged poison attack that would very easily fuck your butt with fire, with poison damage. It was very not good. Seems like this guy's all melee. He is indeed a Daedrith. He looks more like a... what are they called? Deep ones, I think, in Lovecraft. He's got a fire spell, which is not nice, but, I mean, we're a Dunmer, so fire we kind of don't give a shit about. And I was aware that these guys would have, like, scary poison attacks, but... he's big. Yeah, it looks more like a... either a dinosaur or, yeah, I think they're called deep ones from Lovecraft. Daedrith Tiefers. Night-Eye, Frost Shield. That's pretty good. Electric Jeep, great. Oh, that'd be nice, Quirky. Yeah, I would sincerely consider an all-electric option. Either an all-electric option or just a more efficient hybrid, but yeah. All-electric seems like it's becoming more viable. When Grace and I went to Hawaii, the car we rented was all-electric. And the place in which we were staying had a plug-in station, so it was pretty convenient. And of course, Hawaii is a pretty small... well, there's several islands, but the island in which we were staying was fairly small, like they all are, so you wouldn't need a full charge, like a big charge anyway. So, it would be doable, I would say. Biblically accurate Sadge Maroon. Yeah. Biblically accurate Sadge Maroon with, like, more sad eyes revolving around him. Can you imagine? Lizard demon thingy. Yeah, the Daedriths in Morrowind were a huge problem because that poison spell they have is... like, the damage is ridiculous, and the range for the bloom that it gives is awful. It's just... they're just horrible. Like, by the time you start fighting them... because there's level scaling in Morrowind as well. By the time you first start seeing them in Morrowind, they can still one-shot your ass. They're just horrible to deal with. So in this game, they're really not as bad. They're tanky. Daedriths are less tanky in Morrowind, but they are so goddamn scary. I wasn't expecting to see a human person. Well, human-like. Throwing little frost spells at me. Oh, they're using their staff. I think they just killed their buddy. Oh, and I just killed him too. Oh, you're not a human. What the fuck are you? He's making weird noises and I can't see his face. He's also very fast. Okay, now I can see your face. Oh, we've seen this. Yeah, it's like a Dremora, right? We've seen these in the Oblivion Gate. A Dremora longsword. Yeah, Dremora gear is not very good. It's very heavy. Yes, we've seen these assholes before. Keenrave. They're fire resistant. Oh, good to know, Elgaso. So yeah, I probably shouldn't be using my fire spell as much, but that electric spell would do him up real good luck. Thank you for that, Elgaso. That is helpful. Sounds good, Quirky. Yeah, I'll probably be going for another 30 minutes or so. We start a little bit late. 30 to 45 minutes. So we're seeing Daedriths, we're seeing Dremora in the wild. It was one thing to see Dremora inside an Oblivion Gate because that's kind of their home turf. But seeing them in the relative wild in a cave like this is indicative of the fact that we're getting up there. Speaking of things that are a little bit resistant to fire. Yeah, I mean, thinks that my go-to fire spell might not be as useful here. They have their back turned to me. I could maybe go for like a sneak attack. But again, let's be honest, my sneak attack, I think the damage multiplier would be a ×1 damage multiplier. Right, I'm just gonna introduce myself. Yeah, I remember fighting them in the Oblivion Gate. And it took just a bunch of electric charges to do that. Okay, alright. Another good chance to flex my cool lightning spell. Ouch! I guess he thought he would flex his too. Oh wait, you are a... Okay, you're also Dremora, and you just hit me with something that I don't like. Ouch. Penance of Faithlessness. It sounds cool as fuck. It's very heavy and it's not very good damage. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, we had some Dremora weapons for a bit. Night Eye, that would be helpful for darkened areas. Actually, for that matter, if I put that on, I wouldn't need these torches. Shockingly effective. Thank you, G-Duck. That is perfect. We need more of that. More puns of that nature. Oh, there's even more. But wait, there's more. Is it possible that the guy... Well, no, if the guy I killed was summoned, then he wouldn't have left a corpse behind. I think I just hit the ceiling. Should maybe draw my sword. Ouch. Why are you purple? Oh, he probably had like a reflect spell or some kind of absorb spell on. Or maybe it was Night Eye. I don't fucking know. I'm going to make some potions because we are getting full. I'm full of it. And I'm full of something. We can damage health. Actually, what do we have with Clanfear Claws? Paralyze would be nice. Or Cure Disease, I suppose, but Paralyze would be real neat. There it is. The Paralyzed Poison would be kind of cool. Restore health. Daedra, I guess if you eat the Daedra Heart, you could restore health. That's something, I suppose. Shock Shield would be kind of cool. Damage Magicka. Shock Shield. Shock Shield would be kind of cool. Silence is alright. A lot of silence. 80 set. Wow, that's pretty generous, actually. Silence on self. Okay, that's less good, actually. That's less useful. So go for that one, sure. Why the hell not? Oh wait, I think I want to save these because those could be sold for quite a bit of money. I like how eating rat meat has the chance of silencing you, so eating rat meat makes you not want to cast spells for a while. It's like, I just gotta lay down and vibe out for a minute. I'm not feeling so good. I ate some crusty-ass rat meat. Not feeling so good, homie. Anything else? Lady Mantle. Oh yeah, this. It would just be a Night Eye potion, which we don't need anymore because we got the cool rings. Covers that shit for us. Damage personality and restore fatigue. It can't all be positive. Okay. I guess I should inspect more mushrooms for more future potion making endeavors. I don't want to talk about it, man. Yeah. The first time we stayed in prison in this game was for that quest. Obviously, we were trying to find the secret stash from that one sorcerer lady, that one spellcaster lady with her boyfriend who was in prison. And to get in good with her boyfriend, we had to, get arrested for something. And afterwards, she kept joking, like the NPC as we're standing next to her, she kept joking about like, how did the rat stew taste? Like, oh yeah, it's like the NPCs that know that we just did some hard time. They're giving us the business. The business. So yeah, same kind of energy, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to talk about my time in prison. Although we had a bounty of 1, and I think we had to spend 1 hour in prison. It was the crime of not even picking up, but moving a quill that was on a table. An owned quill that was on a table. I should save every so often. This is a new area with new challenges and new enemies. Of course you would move. What a nerd. He didn't like that. Thankfully the roots don't block the shots. Yeah, get fucked! That was satisfying watching him get sent like that. Hell yeah. Surprisingly delicious. Can't say I've ever had it, although in this game, the rat meat that we get has a strange, like, a strangely, I guess everything has 4 properties to it, but rat meat in this game has many properties that are actually legit useful. Like in Morrowind, everyone take a drink. In Morrowind, there were many things that you could find, like corpus chunks, that had no positive properties. It was all negative. Drain personality, drain willpower, just awful. Whereas in this game, even like the scrungy stuff has some positive aspects. Oh. Yeah, it looks like Dagon. Yeah. Even with the little fish flappies on the ears. Yeah, the Daedriths must be like direct corollary to worshippers of Dagon. God damn, where'd you come from? Of Dagon. Sorry, I was not expecting to get jump scared by a little dick slapper like this. Good fuck. I was so not ready. I was too busy admiring the architecture of your of your god. Ouch, I'm getting, oh, this guy's gonna fuck me up. I gotta take some sippies. Good lord, that scared me. It barely scared me so much I have to sneeze now. Goddamn. I have lots of weak healing potions. Gulp a bunch of them. Oh, I can't gulp anymore. I gotta piss. What's the button to piss out the potion? The potion juice. Ouch. Please no more stun locks. Ooh, I was getting in the danger zone, man. I could only take another, maybe 2 hits. As always, where was he keeping the silver spoon? Just don't worry about it. Just don't think about it. I'm not gonna think about it. I won't if you will. If you won't. I like chili sauce. I mean, chili sauce makes a lot of things good. Makes good things better and bad things tolerable. Ooh, good to know, Elgasa. Thank you. You know what? I bet a lot of Dremora, maybe that's not the right word, but like extra planar beasts are probably resistant to fire and weak to, hopefully, lightning. That'd be awfully convenient. So I should probably switch that just in general for extra planar creatures. The whoopsie pipe. That's, yeah, you introduced me to the term whoopsie pipe, G-Duck. I have you to thank for that. I'm a big fan of your whoopsie pipe. Yeah, that is good to know, Elgaso. I appreciate the intel, bud. The prison pocket. Yes, the prison pocket. Or nature's pocket. I've heard that one, too. Other than that one from Futurama. When he's like... It's the one where the penguins are overpopulated in Alaska. And... Or some... Maybe it's some frost planet. I don't know. Somewhere in the universe, there's a planet that is overpopulated with penguins. And it's, like, causing problems in the... Like ecological problems. So they're being tasked with like hunting the penguins to, you know, dwindle their numbers. And there's a dude who's kind of leading the charge and he's giving people advice. He's like, now remember, if your hands get cold, stick them between your buttocks. That's nature's pocket. But anyway, yes, I was admiring how the statue is very Dagon-like. Reminds me of my time playing Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. And again, I could be misremembering here, but I think the Dagon spawnlings, the followers of Dagon, I think were called Deep Ones. I think. Because they looked just like this. And they looked a lot like the Daedriths in this game. So the resemblance is more than uncanny, I would say. I'm sure that was a very specific reference. Common thing for yeah. I'm not sure what I guess Daedra is the general term. Because Daedra is also the term for like the deities. But yeah, I think extraplanar creatures in this game just would be generally referred to as Daedra. Atronox, Dremora, Clanfear, Imps, I think. I think Imps. Or Scamps, I guess. Maybe both, but probably Scamps more so. Imps are the little winged demon boys that are back in town. Yeah, NPC caves are still the most fun. They're also the most easiest, I feel, rather. Because when a cave is all undead are very tanky in this game, to me at least. Even with our spellcasting abilities. And then when it's like a monster cave like this one is, also some really tanky and rather scary things. We've yet to really see that many scary NPCs. We've seen some scary NPCs, but usually they're interspersed with lots of cannon fodder. It seems like you can give NPCs some very good equipment, and maybe if you make their stats good, but still a well-placed spell will fuck them up pretty good. So as a spellcaster, it means we have an advantage. And other spellcasters in this game are like kind of slow. Like if you get the first hit on an enemy spellcaster, you've already one-upped them because they're gonna spend like a few rounds buffing themselves or maybe healing themselves. All the time you can use to pummel them further. It's like in Pokemon, you know. Some trainers will spend a turn using an X items, using buff spells, while I'm out here just blasting them with Hydro Pump, with nary a care in the world. Although, in the same breath, I will acknowledge that... What am I doing? I should be using my other spell. Amnesia is ridiculously overpowered. Because Amnesia is like 2 hits. It's like, greatly raises special attack. So it's like 2 hits of special attack raise, which is ridiculous. So Dremora maces, Kaitif shields. Yeah, now I noticed I think the Churl is like the lowest ranked. Because I hit it with the fire spell, it did a lot of damage. It didn't quite one-shot him, but it got him pretty low. Low enough where it took 1 more blast of lightning to fuck him up. This guy was a little bit spicier. So yeah, I should still lead off though with lightning, or just stick with lightning. I'm just so used to hitting the hotkey on my keyboard. Didn't see anything? Through the gaps? Nope. There's still more. Can't say I'm surprised. But, well... Oh! I think we found him. We found lots of spicy gals. This is the... So, I mentioned earlier that I even though I haven't played Noita as much in a while, I still watch a number of Noita streamers. Alias and Let's Suffer Together and Dunk. And Solar, like those guys. And, one thing that I enjoy is that whenever somebody enters the fungal caverns, my brain lately has been parsing it as the fun gal caverns. So that's what this is. This isn't a fungal cavern. This is a fun gal cavern. These are the fun gals, and I just killed them. But wait, there's more. There's more spicy ladies. It's not the fun spicy lady, though. That's more the painful spicy. The hurts so good spicy. Damage health or damage health. Well, at least I have options. Not many options, but at least I have them. He thinks it's time to drop some ingredients then, if there's nothing much else we can do here. Oops. Yep. So since we were running out of things to use these for, keep that one. Well, actually, no, I won't. It's not very good. Bloop. Do it on the ground. Or these Dremora. Yeah, trying to Trying to spin it up like a game show. What's behind door number 3? I have a question I'm a little bit afraid to ask. Do you think there is... Because, like, the Jamora, or the Atronox, the Flame Atronox are, like, spicy ladies. Do you think there's people who think to themselves, like, yeah, I want to hit that. Like, dude, she is made of molten lava. She might, without exaggerating, she might melt your dick off, bro. Like, I wonder if there's, like, maybe there were, like, adolescents, like teenagers who played this game way back in the day when it first came out and had, like, a sexual awakening upon first gazing upon the Flame Atronach. And, like, oh, it, like, awakens something, if you will, a burning, literally, like, a burning desire in their soul that they didn't know they have. And they credit, like, this game and these enemies as, like, awakening something deep within their souls that invigorated but also inferified them. That's literally hot. Welcome back, Quirky, just in time for the sexy Atronach discourse. Roasted my dong, yeah. Yeah, like, I wonder if there's individuals who, upon playing this game, thought to themselves, man, I hope there's a questline where I can fuck an Atronach. And you know, earlier, I was just saying, you know what? I'm not gonna judge. And I will not judge here either. Every one of us said some kind of sexual awakening. or some kind of thing that they were impressed by as a result of consuming some kind of media. And some of you might say, whoa, Alex. Whoa, hey, easy. I'm not like those degenerates, all right? Need I point you to Jason Momoa in any piece of media that he's starred in? I rest my case. All right, he's a beefcake, all right? And I get it. I mean, I'm, like, you know, I am very comfortable with my sexuality. And I am, you know, I'm very, like, happily engaged to Gracie. A very sweet lady. She's a nice lady. But Jason Momoa can get it, all right? He can get this bussy. I'm sorry. Weenie roast. That's right. I certainly hope the BDR. There's a 0% chance mod that there isn't a mod. Thank you, Ogaso. Yeah. Well, I have told the story how when I first joined the Morrowind modding Discord server, there was like an 18+ section. I was like, oh, I wonder what's here. And I scrolled a little bit, saw things like pregnancy mod, breeding mod, and I was like, all right, it's not for me, but I know this exists now. I'm not bothered. I'm not freaked out. I'm educated. I'm educated knowing that this is here. If I ever have the burning desire, I know where to go. I know, Stearns. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I can already hear people being like, Alex, please. I am not like these fucking degenerates. But then Jason Momoa, woo. But then Scarlett Johansson in the Marvel movies, woo. So it's like, you know, same general idea. Just one's a little bit more culturally acceptable than the other. I would have sex with Jason Momoa and hope that he cuddles me lovingly. Correct. That is the correct opinion to have. I can't unknow this exists. If I could, people being like, if I could lobotomize this part of my brain that knows this knowledge. Just a mild self-lobotomy. Oh, now if she falls in the water, will it kill her to death? She's probably too smart to do that. But it'd be real cool if I could knock her ass back. It'd be real cool if I could knock her ass, Alex said. Oh, she kind of touched the water. Look how the flame goes out when she dies, too. It's all-encompassing. Thematic, even. I'll retrieve your salts. Now, I'm a little bit afraid to ask, like, What are we doing when we're retrieving the fire salts from from a flame Atronach? Are we like, do we get a little razor? We're like trimming little shavings off of her hair, or like, are we? there's so many degenerate things I could say, so I'll say all of them. Cradle me against us. Honestly, also accurate and wholesome. Oh god, so very good. Yeah. Also valid, Quirky. Also quite valid. Jason Momoa and Flame Atronachs. What kind of Atronach? Actually, I have not seen the Frost or the Storm Atronachs in this game. I'm assuming, like in Morrowind, everyone take a sip. In Morrowind, the Storm Atronachs were bulky bastards. They're big, stony boys. And I would say, at least in some ways, they're probably the hardest of the Atronachs to fight. Although they were the ones you see the least, or the latest in the game. Flame Atronachs you see fairly early on. Was a little runty boy. So in some ways, Flame Atronachs are the hardest because it's relative to how late you see them in the game, how early you see them in the game. Oh, look at this little guy. You have touch spells for just such an occasion. Actually, we got some good touch spells. Oh, grasp your winter. Winter's grasp and such. Yeah, killed him instantly. Forgot about Slaughterfish. We haven't seen these guys in a minute. Do we use it? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, cut him with cocaine or something, maybe. A drawing syringe on the... See, I didn't want to say it, G-Doc, but that's precisely where my brain went. Like, am I reaching up and... into where the sun... Well, they're a flame Atronach, so I guess the sun is always shining? Maybe it's okay then? I don't know. Lots of whoopsie pipe action. G-Duck, I appreciate your whoopsie pipe expertise. I'm nominating you as the whoopsie pipe expert for this channel. I expect you to wield this power unwisely and irresponsibly. Oh, I gotta re-equip my torch because the flame got burnt out. Flame on, followed by woo, followed by screams of joy and or pain and or sexual euphoria. Right, so I've got to... How do I introduce this question gently without getting arrested? By the Morrowind, by the Oblivion police, by the Elder Scrolls police. So you know how when things are on fire, it alters their smell. So I'm just thinking about this for the people that, let's assume it's a small number of people, but for these probably statistically small percentage of human persons that have experienced a certain sexual awakening with flame Atronachs, have they considered all of the senses when, like, you know, if they could wave a magic wand and make it happen, like, all right, you found a magic wand, you can have sex with flame Atronach, you can make it happen, bro, go with God, and they cast the wand, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna fulfill my fantasy. The lava in the genitals would be a problem. You know, it's flames, so, you know, it burns it probably would hurt to look at, so there's a lot. What I'm getting at is that there's a lot of senses that I think would be affected in an unsavory way in this scenario. And one is that, yes, there's burnination, and you know, when the chips are down and things are happening, you know, there is body odor. These things are natural. Naturally, there are scents, but I fear rather that it could be further magnified, multiplied even, when it's on fire. I'll say this to you, dear viewer. I've never had sex with someone or something that's been on fire before. It's never happened. And if my calculations are correct, it's probably not going to happen in my lifetime. I'm missing out, I'm sure. But yeah, for the Storm Atronach fans out there, I would just ask for them to think it through and consider less searing, painful options. To be used your... That's right, Elgaso. That's right. Elgaso said that's how I got my gun that he gave me for the chat. To fucking drop people instantly. Another exit, by the way. That's unexpected. Oh, I guess there were 2 entrances, weren't there? The Gold Coast. No burnt... Yes, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. Please. No burnt genitalia, pretty please. G-Duck out here taking names. I like it, G-Duck. That's the kind of energy we like to see from our newly minted whoopsie pipe expert. That's what we like to see. You've passed the test, G-Duck. That you didn't know the test was being administered, but you've passed with flying colors. Stop! You have violated the law by not having sex with somebody or something that has been on fire recently. Your stolen goods are forfeit. Or whatever the rest of the clip is. Sent to... I guess that's the opposite of horny jail. What would the opposite of horny jail be? Celibacy prison? I don't... Oh no, it wouldn't be a prison. I mean, what's the opposite of jail? A hospital, maybe? Celibacy hospital. Wholesome hospital? I mean, well, sex can be wholesome. I mean, there's holes involved. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. It's getting late. I think that means we need to wrap it up pretty soon. If these are the things that are splurting out of me. Sneak skill. Well, yeah, it would be voluntary, yeah. Because because yes, when we hear the term celibate, some of us we think of involuntarily celibate, but no, celibate can be voluntary. The Valselspital. The frigid park. Oh yeah, frigid because it's cold. Cold and unwelcoming. These are big boys. You have a friend. You've got a friend. And me. And they're stuck on each other, which I am very okay with. Oh god, is he too thick? Oh, what the fuck, dude? You don't just fucking... Oh no. Oh, I'm in a bad place, aren't I? Oh god. Wow. Motherfucker just teleported past me like the easiest shit ever. You see that shit? So they were stuck on each other. I think what happened is that they were stuck on each other and they couldn't move. And the game, in its infinite wisdom, was like, all right, fam, I got you. Let me just calculate a convenient place to place this Clanfear to get this guy out of the way. Little did I know, little did I think that the game was gonna slap that dickhead right inside of my ass. Well, that's a shame. We have to redo a non-insignificant portion. Wait, is that right? Hold on. Oh, yeah, because we went through this whole little area. Yeah, it was a pincer attack. I was not ready, and I was thinking, like, maybe I can fast travel, but then I was like, oh, you probably can't fast travel during combat, can you? I've never tried. So now I know, when I see 2 baddies like that in a narrow hallway, be ready to try to jump around when they teleport pincer attack my dick. God damn. Nothing personnel, as he honestly teleported behind me. I didn't even see it happen. I just felt the damage upon my booty when his clawed claws decided to start slapping away. That's a runt, I can already tell. That's not. That's a full. It's a full lad. Will you follow me? Oh, he didn't. That's surprising. Most other things follow you. One more hit. Bam. Got his ass. Can't believe that should happen. But like I said, now we know the jank of this game means that nothing is sacred. Speaking of nothing being sacred, he didn't drop any claws, but he still got the spoon shoved up his ass. A pewter spoon. Can I call it a pewter spoon? I mean, we know about the poop knife. I've never heard of a poop spoon, but I'm quite aware of poop knife. Real gamers remember the poop knife. I guess poop spoon would ultimately accomplish the same goal. I'm actually gonna go here first because if that Daedrith and the Clanfear are gonna try to tag team my booty hole again, I will know this time what to expect. Poop knife, yes. It's an actual, well, I don't know if do I have authority to retell the story? It's not my story to tell. It is a green text 4chan, or maybe it was something awful. I don't know. It's an old internet story where somebody, as a child, grew up in a family that was known for having a very efficient constitution. And the family would frequently clog toilets because of their very effective constitution. Their effective gastrointestinal prowess. So the whole family they would clog in toilets left and right. It was annoying. And so what one of them decided to do is like before one of them was resourceful, and they were like, okay, I gotta take care of business, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I know I'm gonna clog the toilet, so I need something to like break things up in there so it flushes easier. Yeah, it sounds like from Reddit. That makes sense. So they like, before they went to the restroom, they like grabbed a knife out of the kitchen, not like a fancy like kitchen knife, but like a butter knife or something. I don't know, just like an inexpensive knife. Brought it with them, did their business. Before they tried to flush, they whoop, and just kind of, you know, just prodded and sliced and diced to let things flush a little bit easier, and flushed, no problems, no clogs, no issues. So they were like, all right, this is the designated poop knife, and they kept it in the bathroom, and they informed their other family members, all right, if you are fearing of a clog, use the poop knife. And they like hung it up in the bath. They would like, you know, clean it as the story goes, but they wouldn't just leave a poop shit covered knife on the wall, but they would like wash it off and like hang it up. And that's like the household in which this person was raised. And they were raised thinking that was just a normal thing. Like, oh, every family clogs toilets. Every family has giant poops. Every family has a poop knife. So this person eventually graduated high school, went to college, got roommates, and, well, as it turns out, you actually still poop when you go to college. You don't stop pooping, or when you turn 18, what have you. So they're 18. They're in college. What the? Oh, I circled around when I shouldn't have. Excuse me. You are body blocking me, and this is very rude. This is why we save. I shouldn't have gone straight. I should have taken a left. That left turn at Albuquerque. So anyway, so this person gets roommates, and they are about to, they've administered the deed, but they haven't flushed yet, and they're like, oh shit, where's the poop knife? And he asks his homie, he's like, hey man, where's your poop knife? And the guy's like, excuse the fuck out of my goddamn French, what? And he's like, yeah, the poop knife, you know, to keep things from clogging. And as you would imagine, the roommates were floored by this story and found it to be very entertaining. And the person, the poop knife devotee was like frustrated by the fact that, like, you know, embarrassed obviously, because like, oh, I thought this was a common thing, what the hell? Also, I'm not standing still, I know better. I know better than to get too comfortable here. So anyway, that really is the extent of the story. However, there is an epilogue. The epilogue is such that if you, I don't know of the exact URL off the top of my head, but there exists a product you can purchase with currency. I want to make sure I go the right way. It is not that way. Should have gone this way. It might even be poopknife.com. I don't even know for sure. But there is like an actual website that has honest to goodness poop knife paraphernalia, including like a easy to wash knife like apparatus that is meant for toilets. And yeah, that's a poop knife. It's probably, it's the kind of story where I'm pretty sure it's real, but I could see instances I could see, like, somebody thinking it's not real. Like, that it was all made up. Like, oh, the family didn't really have a poop knife. The roommate thing didn't happen. It's plausible enough where I want to believe. So anyway, to get back to the poop spoon, really, at the end of the day, what is a poop knife? Or what is a poop spoon, but just a very dull poop knife? A dull and curved poop knife. At the end of the day, it accomplishes the same goal. I don't know what you're trying to say. You know I can't speak Spanish. Got his ass. You gotta believe, that's right. And I want to believe. I want to believe that it's real. Children believe in Santa Claus. I believe in poop knife. So this is the dead end we got so close to. We got chest large. Amazing chest ahead. 6 gold, by the way. 6 gold in this chest large. Excuse me? Swing? How did somebody sniff out my swing? They're trying to swing my swing. That's weird. I guess it's one of those things where I stood in a magic area where they were able to detect me from across like through the wall. That's happened before. It's frustrating when it happens. It's like, dude, you shouldn't be able to just sniff me out like that. I don't think he would have heard me because unless we weren't sneaking. Because our sneak now allows us to not have our footsteps be heard. It's the guy that was trying to swing me. Stuck. There's one more. Yeah, I think that's the 2 bros we took out earlier. The bigger bro and the weaker bro. Yes, just stand there. Yeah, just stand there. It's okay, fam. No rush. Did he run away? You know, I was about to kill his homie and he was like, fuck that. Oh, there you are. I was trying to see what sword your buddy dropped. Oh my god, dude. Get out of me. You're inside of me. I think he healed. And then he backed up. What a fool. What a fool you are. What a grand and intoxicating innocence. Hydrate. Thank you, G-Duck. Oh, you speak Spanish. That's cool, Corky. That sounds familiar. That sounds like something you've shared. It sounds like something you might have shared, and knowing me, I was probably like, that's cool as fuck. Because it is. Sense danger by the... Yeah, that's exactly it. There's a number of times where the music has, like, pauses. Just organic pauses baked into it. But those pauses sometimes make me nervous because I don't notice them necessarily. Like, I don't hear them coming. So the music goes quiet, and I go, oh god. What has seen to me? Something has sensed my existence. I don't know what weapon he had. Oh, here it is. It's a plain ass long sword. Plain ass long sword. Thank you, G-Duck. Yes. No, you're correct. In fact, I can tell we're nearing the end of the stream because my water bottle is nearly empty. This thing was full. I think I measured. This is like... How many? I want to say this is like 38 ounces in this bad boy. Not quite 40, but still pretty good, pretty tall drink of water, as we say. Literally. Pretty not bad. Alright, so we killed the things that killed us in here, and then we killed a number of the things in this other little area, so... This will be less spice this time around, methinks. And I think last time I had... did I make potions last time? I think I tried, but I was limited. Damage endurance. Gonna keep those to sell. They're expensive. Yeah, I think we quickly realized we had kind of maxed out. Oh, we got these. Damage health. Cool, I guess. Created a new potion. For that matter, what's our alchemy up to, actually? It's not a major skill. 90. Goddamn. We're approaching mastery. A master of destruction and alchemy. Hell yeah. A masterful destructive alchemist. That's a good and chaotic label that I hope to reach. That is a runt, no doubt about it. He died way too quick. Yep. All right, this is where the Flame Atronachs were, and that's what spawned the conversation about having sex with the Flame Atronach and the sexual awakening that you know, 12, 13-year-old children might have experienced as a result of their design. I remember it quite well because it was, you know, half an hour ago. I would make the joke that I remember like it was yesterday, but looking at the clock actually would have been like, it would have still been Friday, technically, half an hour ago. Oh. There's more. Trying to lead my shots. Lead my shits. Oh, that's right. I guess I can just... Oh, I can't cast rain spells. I'm not underwater. I'm just in the water. There's a... Oh! I was gonna say there's a slaughterfish down here, but then there's this fucking guy. He's got a lot of health. And he's got... I think he's, like, absorbing my shit, or he's trying to reflect it. Alright, fine, I'll challenge your ass, and I'll win. Clank. Ouch. We're just exchanging sword blows and lightning blows. We're just blowing each other. The Flussy. Oh my god, between Whoopsie Pipe and Flussy, we got some good ones. You're too busy? Oh, that's no fun. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, clearly you should have played some Oblivion back in the day, Quirky. I don't know if there was quite as many things, you know, on the opposite for the other team, so to speak, batting for the, you know, depending on which team we're all batting for. You know, obviously games from this era were very much, you know, more catering towards my orientation, so to speak. So there might not have been much for others, sadly. I'm gonna drop a bunch of these, by the way, because, yeah, they're just weighing us down. We can't do much with them anyway. So, although I was late to the party on this game... I mean, I've told before how... a number of Zelda games are extra special to me. And that Twilight Princess is one of the ones that is extra special. And then there's, like, always the person in the back of the class who, like, raised their hand and they go, Alex, is that because Mipha is your waifu? And I go, no! Or Mipha, Midna. Midna's your waifu? And I go, no, God, no. Yes, it's because Midna's my waifu. Gracie and I have an understanding. We've went over this on many occasions. She knows that Midna is not a threat to our to my commitment, because she's not real, because she's not a human, because she's not, you know, well, not to my knowledge, at least. We've all had that special fictional character, or several. Exactly, yeah, it just there wasn't as much of that. There is more now, which is nice. We got Dream Daddy, which is pretty sick. Like, there's more of that kind of thing. We also have Hatoful Boyfriend, if anybody wanted some sexy pigeons to date. Which is, you know, a weird thing to say out loud, but also factually accurate. Fighting games, yeah, that's actually a really good one, JD. That's a really good point. Got some beefcakes, man. Some hunks. If she was real, Quirky, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one, alright? Is Gracie in the chat? Let me check the chat window. No. it's the kind of thing where like all memes aside, I mean, yes, I love Twilight Princess, and I really did like the Twilight Midna, like her full form. Of course, we only get to really enjoy it for 10 minutes at the end of the game, but it did leave an impression. But I think what I really liked about Midna, and you know, all memes aside, was like the story arc of the character. Like, I really appreciate that, like, physically, yes, but also like from an emotional perspective, there's like a transformation that occurs over the course of the game, where like, you know, she starts to she's not begrudgingly helping you out, but like there's a genuine connection. I think it's very sweet. There's like an emotional connection with that game that I think is, I would say, underappreciated by some. Zero social aware. I mean, same, honestly, Sternsy. Hard same. Yeah, no, hard same, honestly. And granted, I don't think that there were a ton of, I mean, maybe I truly was ignorant, but I don't think there were a ton of instances of people flirting with me when I was at that age. But, you know, girls in my classes, I don't think I was terribly desirable back then. I think I got much more desirable as I became more mature, like all of us do, honestly. But back then, it's like I probably didn't have that many secret admirers. When I come back, we are. Well, the thing is, I want to finish this dungeon, and we got by a Daedrith Clanfear tag teaming event that left my booty sore and my spirit discouraged but not broken. So we came back and exacted revenge. And I believe we're actually that's the end right there, I think. Let me reach in and grab some fire shavings from this lady. Yeah, we've seen it all. We've seen and done it all. Let's see where this exits us, actually. I'm kind of curious. Creeped you out the, oh yeah, that's no good. It's one thing to have like an admirer. It's like it's flattering if not, you know, if nothing else. But yeah, if it's like, oh, then yeah, we don't want that. We don't like that. It's like discomfort and creepy. So Brittle Rock Cave. So let's do this. That was where it spat us out, chewed us up and spat us out. That was all really just a distraction from one of the primary objectives. Ain't that some shit, by the way? We started the stream in the outskirts of Fort Linchal. We knocked out that, the Shattered Mine, Trumbe, Fort Wariel. Wait, yes, I think we went to Fort Wariel. Brittle Rock Cave. But we technically made zero progress on side quest stuff. Because really, our main objective for this side quest, so side objective really, but our main objective for coming out here was to hit up this camp and this camp to get the Dwemer artifacts that were stolen as contraband by some banditos. So, we'll resolve that next time, my friends.